There we go. That's the Genshin window. Hi, everybody. Wait. Okay, that was Sweet Carol. This is Genshin. This is Genshin, right? Hi, guys. I wasn't ready yet. I mean, I kind of was. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, what else are we, you know? I feel like, do you guys know that feeling when things are going, like, a little too well? You know? I'm like, it was too easy this morning to, like, get ready to stream and all of that. I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like that there should be something that is more, I don't want to say stressful, but I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something that I have to do before I go live. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like if I'm not wearing pants or something, which, like, I definitely am. I know that. But it's just, like, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm forgetting something like that, like something relatively important. But I'm like, no, my makeup's done. The thumbnail's made. The title and the stream are set. Like, it was just so easy this morning. I don't know what it is. But, hey, C-Cell, how's it going? We'll wait a couple minutes, make sure everyone is situated where they want to be. And whatnot. We have some, you know, compelling detective music. We're basically just picking up, where we left off. I do have to start recording, though, so I'll make sure to do that. Oh, Lumine, you're always tired. Always very sleepy, aren't you? But yeah, we are going to continue Fontaine activities. How I felt every time a math exam is easy? Exactly. Like, that's how I feel, too. I'm like, something's wrong. It shouldn't have been this easy. What's going on? Also, hi, Cookie. How's it going? Good, I'm at work, but I have some free time. Oh, that's nice. It's always nice when you get to watch stuff, you know, at work. And you're not just, like... I remember when I used to work at the movie theater, they would get really mad at us. Like, if we, you know, were, like, listening to music and cleaning or something, like, say, at the same time. And I'm like, how does that, like, especially if you have only one ear in, how does that stop you from doing your job? I know if you have to, like, talk to customers, right, that's different. But, like, to clean the theater, you know, why can't we have a little bit of fun trying to do all this? Why do we have to be miserable and, like, clean and complete silence, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's nice when you have an office job and, you know, you can put your headphones on and no one's checking, nobody's looking, right? Oh, I suppose what we should do as we, like, you know, wait for people to gather, hi Fireman, how's it going, is I should read the notes from last time. My mom said, are we splitting lunch? Yes, please. Take as much beef as you want, though. There's a lot. Okay. I have to make sure that my mom knows that she can eat my food because we got takeout last night. Okay, what was I saying? We have to do something? Oh, right. So I did do the... Oh, gosh. I don't even know the name of the quest, to be honest with you. Arnold said it so many times in the recording that I watched of him, and I never learned how to say it. It's the one with the light and the darkness, and it's the one where you find out that the Hydro Archon died in, Sumeru, right? Okay, so I guess, like, the big 3 points from this, I would say, was first of all finding out that the Hydro Archon died in the, Conria Cataclysm, right? Because we didn't know that, right? Like, obviously, Farina, I should say that obviously the only two original Archons are Zhongli and Venti, so, but they could have died of, like, other things, you know, like there's the Archon War, right? Like, so to find out that it happened in Conria, that's relatively important. So we know that Farina is not the original, if you want to call it that. She's not the original Hydro Archon. The other thing that stuck out to me that really bothered me, sorry Arnold, I'm about to throw you under the bus, is that they talk about the creatures, right? The little, like, desert oceanids is what I'm gonna call them. Like, they drank the primordial water left behind by the god of Hydro, and that's how they were given life. And I'm like, why isn't Arnold mentioning Fanes and the primordial one. That really bothered me. I was very perplexed. I was like, because if you hear primordial, to me, you're immediately thinking about Fanes and stuff, right? And like we have all this, oh, where do gods come from and this and that. Like it'd be really interesting if, because obviously I know that the dragon sovereigns existed. We don't need to go through all of that again, right? About the dragon sovereigns and stuff. But like, you know, when we talk about how gods are created, I kind of have imagined for a while, right, that the faith of the people and the idea of a concept will manifest a god. And in this quest, they talk about a couple things. They talk about this idea of memories containing light. They also talk about siphoning the ley lines and making it into energy blocks. And so in my head, how I'm imagining that a god becomes created is that you siphon maybe the memories or belief from the ley lines, right? It's like the Powerpuff Girls when he's like throwing all the things in the cauldron or whatever he's doing, right? Like I imagine it's some of that, and then it's also like water from the primordial one's bath water, basically, you know, because the primordial one, he split himself off into the shades, and so why not? Why can't he, you know, Farina can have a little primordial one bathwater as a treat, right? So, that I thought was very strange. They also said that Conrio was connected to realms beyond, right? And I was like, what do you mean realms beyond? And then I realized that if you look at the Spiral Abyss is a portal. So that kind of changes the nature of the Abyss to me, because that's kind of implying that the Abyss is like somewhere else, right? Connected to another realm, right? Almost like another dimension or something, you know, it's not that, like, because I was imagining that the Spiral Abyss, or, like, the Abyss in general was just underground, and, like, that could still be the case. It could be possible that the Abyss realm is just anything outside of Teyvat, but I thought that that would be very, like, that was very interesting. She could not be reborn, her divine consciousness continues to wander the mortal plane, and so I was like, okay, well, can gods usually be reborn, right? That's interesting. But yeah, it was the primordial waters. Okay, so first of all, right, the first one was the Hydro Archon and just the fact that she died. That was the one important thing. Second important thing, I felt like, was the actual creation of the weird oceanids, you know, right? Of the desert oceanids. Because for me, how I'm imagining this, and I talked about this to Arnold last night, this is a kind of random example, but just walk with me again as we're waiting for people to know that I'm streaming and stuff. We can spare a little bit of time. So here's the thing. In Peter and the Starcatchers, which is obviously, like, not canon to the world of Peter Pan, but it is a Disney Hyperion, like, published book, okay? In Peter and the Starcatchers, what happens is that there's this star stuff that comes down on meteorites and it crashes, and there's this group called the Starcatchers who are supposed to basically find the meteorite and bottle that up, you know, before it gets into the wrong hands, because this is some very powerful star stuff, magic, pixie dust, all of that fun stuff. So what happens is that in Neverland, okay, in Neverland, the star stuff box, throughout the course of the book, basically, there's a boat crash, and the boat carrying the star stuff because of Captain Hook wants the star stuff, right? So the boat that was carrying the star stuff crashes because of Captain Hook, and then the box ends up on Neverland. And the box is leaking. So what happens is that the fish turn into mermaids, and Peter was in the water, and so that's how he becomes, like, immortal. That's how he becomes a boy forever, because he was also in the water. So everything in the water be corrupted, like the mermaids turn, like I said, the fish turn into mermaids. That's kind of the concept of how I'm imagining the idea of primordial water, right? Because we know when a god dies, they can be turned into, like, whatever for a delusion factory, and there's some sort of pollution or some such situation, right? So I'm a little bit confused about that in relation to, I guess, the primordial bathwater, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a little confused in terms of, like, how do we get from, sorry, I have to move the microphone. Let me know if everything's okay and I didn't mess it up. Like, why didn't the Hydro Archon turn into whatever remnants? But at the same time, maybe it has something to do with Abyss or, like, corruption or something. Maybe gods only get turned into, like, delusion factory remains if there's some sort of Abyss or, you know, that sort of situation, because Obarashi, like, he seemed okay, but, like, who really knows what he was meddling with, right? Like, it's possible that not all of the remnants of dead gods will turn into that toxic sort of waste material. You know, maybe it's gods killed by the abyss or corrupted by darkness or some other such situation. Or maybe it's like killed in an unnatural way, whereas the Hydro Archon sacrificed herself. But either way, I feel like that this goes back to the idea that visions are made out of dead people or dead something. I don't know if it's dead gods per se. I kind of feel like that they crushed Fanes up and made him into some visions, you know? I feel like that that's kind of where we're going, and so if that's the case, and like that's all happening, then maybe sort of that's how like the Hydro Archon and the Goddess of Flowers and all these people have like the capacity to make life because they have, I'm just gonna call it the star stuff at this point, like that's what I'm imagining. Anyway, so I think that the other thing, though, was the idea that they were taking energy from the ley lines. Conria was taking energy from the ley lines and making it into energy blocks. And at some point they were like, yeah, this is great, but like, what if the abyss is better? And they seemed to like want to transfer over and then everything bad happened, right? So but I find the idea though of energy blocks as a concept very interesting. Because I was saying this to Arnold, I was like, why would Celestia be okay with Conria siphoning out ley line material, which we know is like memories and whatever, like pure ley line material? Because here's the thing, humans are not light beings. Humans are not light realm beings, yet somehow humans are producing pure light material. And I'm assuming that that's gonna be because we, like, human beings were made by Fanes, and it's gonna be like, yeah, we're not made of pure light ourselves, but our memories generate light, you know, the light in our hearts or whatever or something, right? So I was like, well, why would Celestia be okay with that? Like, that's basically what I was thinking. I was like, why would Celestia find that to be acceptable? And then I remembered, well, maybe they don't, right? Because Celestia probably wasn't doing so hot, you know, after the Archon War, because we think that the reason why the Archon War possibly happened was because of the second who came, and that Fanes wasn't doing too hot, and so the Shades were like, here, let's distribute Fanes' powers amongst these 7 Archons, right, before the second who came gets all his shit, right? So it could be as simple as like Celestia couldn't do anything, but then as soon as like it became Abyss, it's like, okay, well, we actually have to do something about that, because like, siphoning energy that should be going to Celestia is one thing, inviting in the Abyss and then the Abyss having the potential to corrupt the ley lines, which would go up to Celestia, like, that's another problem. Yeah, so you guys are saying that the idea is that hostile gods have bad energy. That's interesting. So, like, the Salt Goddess, or like Orobarashi, because he died unfairly. That makes some sense to me. Okay, I can accept that. So if you're darkness, you turn into dark. If you have dark thoughts, you turn into darkness. If you have good thoughts, like the Hydro Archon, you turn into primordial water. So yeah, I think primordial water is just such an interesting idea. Hello, professional Genshin Impact player. Oh gosh, I don't know if I would say that, but thank you. Detective PAIMON's my favorite. I love how she's on the loading screen with the, like, or not the loading screen, but the pause menu with the hat and the glasses. But welcome, both of you. We are gonna get into the actual thing. I'm doing a recap of a world quest that I watched Murder of Birds, Arnold, play. I watched his VOD because I was like, it's too long. We can't do it. Oh, the only other thing I was thinking of is that it's very interesting how there would be a rule of 3 happening here. So you have Ruka Devata, you have Goddess of Flowers, and then you also have the Hydro Archon, right? But then you also have 3 moon goddesses. And then you also have, there are 3, like, circles on the alchemy table, and then they all combine to make a bigger circle. I think that that's all very interesting, like this idea that there may have to be some sort of 3, right? Like, not, like, necessarily elements, per se, you know, like, 3 just, like, power sources, maybe. Like, if we're thinking about Ruka Devata, and then the Goddess of Flowers, and also the Hydro Archon, you have two Archons, and then you also have, like, an angel, like a Seelie, right? So I'm just sort of thinking about it maybe, like, in that way. I don't know exactly what I would categorize those things as, because obviously Goddess of Flowers, like, the idea of creating life would also kind of belong to Ruka Devata, but if we want to call it, like, knowledge, creation, and, like, nurturing, like, that's kind of how I'm trying to imagine the alchemy table, right? The water is to nurture the thing, the Goddess of Flowers help to create the thing, and the Goddess of Wisdom, right, like our Archon of Wisdom had the knowledge on how to put all these things together. Yeah, the Salt God wasn't malevolent, malevolent, oh my gosh. She wasn't evil. Her stick was that she was a pacifist, right? But what we were saying earlier, in case you missed it, was just the idea of if a god dies in a tragic kind of way, that they exude the radiation poisoning that we see with, like, Obarashi and stuff. So it's not about them being evil. I think it's more about, like, her own people killed her, so she was betrayed. Her final memories, if you will, if we think that, like, the elemental energy has something to do with all of that, her final memories were not happy memories. And I think with Obarashi, you could make the argument that, you know, he kind of got betrayed too, in a sense. Like, he found out this forbidden knowledge and then he got punished. So yeah, not evil, but not happy. Like, I think maybe it has something to do with that. Because that's what they were saying throughout this entire... I took notes. Do you guys see this? I took so many notes. I'm, like, what's really fucking me up with all of this stuff is this idea that, of the primordial water, and how they kept talking about, like, oh, our memories are gonna be the light that shines in the whatever. Like, you know, they're saying all this flowery stuff of, like, oh, it's our memories, and the light is in your memories, and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, that's very suspicious. Like, that's just very strange. Oh, okay, I guess the only other thing we should mention before we head into it today is this is making me think that Farina is an Oceanid. I don't know how that translates into her and Nouvelette looking so similar, but I think I don't know. I kind of wonder if everyone, oh, well, here was the other suspicious thing that I didn't understand. So there was something weird, in terms of the research notes from Renee and Jacob, right, where they were like, our body is identical in composition to, I think they were talking about the flower or the tree or something, and they were saying that their bodies were identical, but Mr. Carl's body wasn't. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, first of all, who is Carl and who are you two? And they seem to be children because one of them didn't have their teeth growing in or something. So I'm kind of thinking that, like, maybe everyone in Fontaine is a human that was transformed from an Oceanid. And so it's kind of like our idea of, like, Vishat people, right? Like, this idea of Vishat people, but, like, Oceanid. Like, I kind of wonder, this was the world quest where you have to take care of the giant hydro tree in the hole in the sky, if that makes sense. So I'm like, what if everyone is an Oceanid? Probably not anymore, right? But kind of like that they were all Oceanids. The founding of Fontaine started 500 years ago. Everybody turned from an Oceanid into a human, and then, like, humans, like, Oceanid humans and then human humans, like, intermingled, if that makes sense. Oh, something else that I noticed is that the little guy that was with us said people from Conria got cursed in various ways. And so the people that went above ground turned into the hilly trolls, but then the ones underground weren't yet. And I was like, why would they discriminate based on who was above ground and who wasn't? But I kind of wonder if it was almost like a Plague of Egypt kind of situation where the turning of the hilly trolls, like, it was like a wave, right? And then it didn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a wave throughout the whatever, and then, like, it stopped. Like, it wasn't like, oh, automatically all of you turned into hilly trolls. That could explain why Kaya is, like, okay, because that's been my big thing of, like, how is Kaya, like, even fucking here? And that's what I've been confused about. But the little guy that was in our quest said people from Conria were cursed in various ways, so not all the same way. Wouldn't that be common knowledge if it only happened 500 years ago? I mean, you would think that, but maybe they forgot. Like, maybe it was kind of a ley line thing. What is Cal on about? That's a great question, David. I am recapping the quest. I'm saying that maybe everyone from Fontaine is an Oceanid because Renee and Jacob say that their body composition is identical with I guess what they're saying is like the Hydro Archon or like the flower or something. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean your body composition is identical? Like, what are you talking about? Unless it's because here's the thing. Here's what I think. I think that, like, angels, maybe, I don't know, procreated with humans, and that the oceanage and then the things in the desert are just kind of like the unhuman side of the scale, like of how that can turn out, right? Because they look like Sealy to me. The oceanids and the little, what are they called? Pari? Or are they Parsi? The Pari that are in the desert, they look like oceanids, but they also look like Sealy. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on with all that, but it could be, like, maybe Fontaine was like the inciting incident for, like, that angel thing, because they called them all sinners, and wasn't that, like, a whole thing that the angel fell in love with the humans or something, so maybe, like, everyone in Fontaine is a distant ancestor of that, but, like, what do you mean, Renee and Jacob, that your body composition is identical, but Mr. Carl's isn't? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you talking about? You're not gonna explain, like, what do you have? Do you have thoughts about such a thing? They didn't. They had literally no thoughts. They weren't like, like, what do you mean? Okay. So I think we're good. Just to catch everyone up in general, I think Nouvelette is the Dragon Sovereign. I don't know what's going on with Farina. To be honest, I think Farina's kind of a fake. Like, I don't think she's the Archon anymore. I think that Farina is, like, just a human stand-in because Nouvelette doesn't want to freak people out, right? And there's obviously a prophecy with the Dragon Sovereign, so I feel like, though, Farina has something special, though. Like, I feel like there's something special about her. It's just, she's not the Archon. Like, I don't know. She doesn't have the or maybe she does have the Gnosis, but she doesn't have the seat in Celestia. Or maybe she does. Maybe it's the other way around. That, like Nouvelette is, like, the actual god, but the seat of Celestia was given to the Hydro Archon, and the Hydro Archon was like, hey, you take this over, because if they find out about Nouvelette, they're gonna kill him. Like, maybe it was something like that. I don't know. But there's something really strange going on in Fontaine. Like, there's just weird things happening in Fontaine. But, like, we're not about all that right now. Like, that all doesn't matter right now, I guess. We have to solve crimes. Oh, the other thing I was thinking is that these innocent women that keep disappearing are getting fed to some monster in the ocean. And now that we know that elemental blocks can be siphoned out of leyline energy, I'm kind of wondering if you could just, like, kill people and take their energy, and maybe something like that's happening. But anyway, that's, I think, everything. Like, I legitimately think I'm done now. Oh my goodness. You guys said we're cooking here? I don't know what we're cooking. I don't know. But yeah, I think the most suspicious part of everything is definitely the idea of, like, you can siphon shit from the ley lines, and Celestia didn't say anything until the Abyss was, like, at the door. But again, maybe they just didn't have the strength, like, they didn't have the power to fight back, you know? Not good, bestie, not good. Okay, so now we're actually gonna get started. I don't think I need to examine that. Hi, what are you doing, bestie?
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Cooking that water for real? Oh no. But yeah, I can't believe they called it primordial water. Like, I'm still thinking about that, you know? Okay, you have nothing to say. Can we, like, overhear them asking these people? I guess they can. Yes, well, her essence, I guess. I mean, she's not out there. See, that's what I was sad about, because unfortunately, oh, maybe we do have to look at the chalk drawing. Unfortunately, Arnold was like, I can't believe we're gonna see the memories of the Hydro Archon, and then that didn't happen. And I was a little sad, but, like, it's not Arnold's fault. He didn't know. That was him doing the quest the first time as well, right? So. Okay. Yeah, this is, like, the worst chalk drawing I've ever seen, by the way. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening with Fontaine's, you know, standards or whatever, but, like, this is not, I'm pretty sure that this is not how you draw, like, this looks like a, like, Play-Doh. Like, I'm pretty sure this is not how you draw a chalk outline, but okay, sure. I have the discover ability, yes. Do I have to, like, oh, I understand. I need to, like, use the ability on the chalk? Is that what we're doing? Oh. Okay. Oh, no. There's more oh, okay. So, yeah, so I didn't thoroughly look over this area. So it's not just the chalk drawing. I need to, like, look at all the... Okay, I understand. The water tank must have struck it hard. Okay, but here's the weird thing about this. It, like... I mean, I guess, I don't know, isn't it kind of weird how it, like, crumpled from the inside, though? Like, the top of it's fine. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, I think that that's a little odd. The fact that the top of it is still intact, like, that's kind of strange, but, you know, maybe it just, I guess if there's enough force on something, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, okay, that's a little strange, isn't it? Like, that nothing, like, it didn't fall through the top of it. What am I looking at? Oh, you. Hi, sir. What do you have to tell me?
What are you investigating?
Maybe I should do it this way.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence.
You guys like my Disney sweater? I wore it because, you know, it's Fontaine and we're in the water.
The seats were all booked in advance.
Sort of.
So we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she
Sure.
is?
It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway.
I like this guy's little
mustache. To help
mustache.
us find the missing person.
That's funny.
Her name is Halsey.
Halsey.
She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Okay.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show.
Yeah, we feel like that this was like, that she was a plant.
Magic Troop
you
members
know?
all claim not to know her.
Yeah,
We have looked
exactly.
into her
I
social
feel
connections.
like she's
It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest
part of
with
their
the suspects.
gang, because she was wearing the same colors. And wasn't that the girl that was pickpocketing people? Unless they just reused the same model, which I don't think that they did. Need that
Simply put,
steamboat
She
for
wasn't
Rena.
related to the
That's
Magic
funny.
Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
I don't know about that. I think that she was in on it,
Were
but
the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range.
okay,
there
this
really
might
weren't
be
any other connections
crazy.
between them.
Okay, but let me cook. What if the god is taking the appearance of a man? Because we know that Zhongli can do that, right? Like, Zhongli has a human form, he has a dragon form. Oh my gosh, I don't know why my eyes are so watery. I didn't do any setting spray today because I hoped that it would help, right? That my eyes would feel like less like sticky or whatever, even if I got sweaty down here. I was like, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for a 6-hour live stream. You know, if my eyes are better, but they're not. What if the god that, like, we think is the whale, because Child talks about seeing a whale in the abyss. I guess we shouldn't call him a god. What if the demon is taking a human form and, like, eating people, right? Because that's something that I didn't talk about last stream. I thought that they were, like, throwing women off the side of a cliff to appease the whale, right? What if it's not like that? What if they're what if the man, like, what if the god is running around as, like, a man and stealing them, and then he's turning back into a whale? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay then.
Thanks.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
But it's only been 20 years though, right? Why would this only start 20 years ago? That's not that long. Like, that's not that long of a time. You know? I don't know, man. That's just, like, if it was like 500 years ago, at least we can blame Conria for this, but like, the giant whale in the middle of the ocean just decided to stop killing people like to start killing people 20 years ago? I don't know about all that, you know? I don't know about all that, guys. Let's make sure that we did everything over here.
So this
I
is
came
the
at an interesting point of your discussion. Well, it's never a dull
pretty
moment here.
durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So either Linny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or, yeah,
Why
like
are
they
you
should have
suddenly so
used
serious,
metal or
Traveler?
something, not rope, you know? I'm just looking at where the rope snapped. Maybe the melazines are eating them? Oh no.
Look! This bit is made from different material!
Oh.
Most of it was burned away, but There's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable, like a type of flash cotton.
So if a rope meant to hold something
Okay, so
was
they did
made
it on
with that kind of
purpose.
material
It's not
in
looking
it,
good for you, Linny.
then
Or it
that
was
means-
swapped out by the serial killer, right?
Paimon should write all this down. Let's take notes.
Thank you, Paimon. Okay. So yeah, like, it was made out of flammable material. It's not looking good for you, Linny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like that you're cooked. You're super cooked. Oh, okay. This guy wants to talk to us. There's something in the aisle we can look at. What did you guys, like, remember thinking when you did this quest?
I see that you're
Like,
investigating
did you think
the
that
area.
Linny did it? Like, what
Well, it
were?
just so
Because
happens
it's
that
hard
I'm
for
interested
me
too.
to know, you know, because obviously I have no, like, frame of reference, so I really wonder, like, what
If you
people
find
were
any new and interesting
thinking at
leads,
this time.
be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis
Sure,
first?
little clock man. Like,
Yeah,
what
I see
did it?
And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Okay.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind.
Okay.
But now that the incident
I don't
has
remember.
happened,
Like, this is
the
like...
thud has become an important
it was
clue.
only last week, and I'm like,
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion
I
that it
never
may have been the
distrusted
sound of
Magic
Linny's
Boy. I
accomplice,
trusted him inherently.
Lynette,
Now I thought it
perhaps,
was a red herring. Oh, I
jumping
see.
atop the water tank or something like that.
Yeah, but she's kind of light,
When
though.
the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water
Unless,
tank
again, they
crashing
were
down.
in on it, right? Like, that's the thing, right? They could still be in on it.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Had to be a man,
Perhaps
probably.
the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that
Oh,
case?
that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
Damn.
That does remind Paimon, though.
Yeah, I kind
What
of
was
imagined
that
then
sound?
like it was a tall man that jumped on it. Pre-Fontaine trailer made me think it's all Fatui. That's kind of where my brain... Why does it want me to go back over there? Didn't I look at that already? Is it just gonna stay there forever? Or do I need to, like, check back at it because now we found out the thing about the thump? Hello? Oh, okay. I guess that thing's just gonna stay there. Like, the marker's just gonna stay over there, but we're good. We're good. We're gaming. All right. But yeah, like, my thing was, oh, the Fatui are throwing people off the cliff to appease the demon in the water, but I don't think that that's exactly right. Seems like an ordinary box. Well, why don't you open it, bestie, and then you can find out how the magic trick works, but okay. I like this little, like, investigate thing, by the way. It's really, like, I like just the golden light going whoosh. Hey, you shouldn't be interviewing him without a lawyer, bestie. All right?
When he's still talking to the guards, it seems he'll have a lot of explaining
This
to
is
do.
going against his
I
rights.
think someone will be assigned to monitor us later.
Oh,
but
dear.
That's all right.
Is it? Okay, well, fine then. I don't think it's fine. I don't think don't talk to the police without a lawyer present, you guys. Oh, dear. Oh, do we have to leave? Like, oh, okay. No, we're still in the opera house. I see now. Oh, hi.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here!
Oh!
I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Oh, it's, I don't remember her name. Navia, right?
Huh? You mean
Why is she pulling up on us like she's the
That's right.
godfather? What is
If I'm not
happening?
mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the
Sure,
truth.
I guess.
No. And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Oh,
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
oh, I know this song. It's kind of a
Have
remix
you never
version
heard
of
the
the
Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection.
Protection?
to solving conundrums.
Oh my God, she's an Italian mod
Di
mom.
Rosula
I thought that that she was a news reporter. Like,
no.
I thought,
Have the
doesn't
honor
she
of
have,
being its renowned
isn't she,
president.
okay. I thought that she was with Charlotte and all of that.
Though those who play by our rules call me
Oh my god! I didn't know that.
I'm
I
Silver,
thought, yeah, I thought that
Lieutenant.
she was
Pleased to
a
meet you.
reporter too for
And
some
I'm
reason.
Lelouch.
Because I thought there was a big
Demoiselle's
camera
various
in
daily
her
needs and
character
affairs
trailer.
Are under my purview.
Huh? Boss. Demoiselle. What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Lucy and
Okay.
the others are still used to my previous title.
I love this
My
guy's
apologies,
sunglasses and his little
Demoiselle.
ponytail.
Should you prefer, boss, I will
Oh, well,
endeavor to
that's
use
nice.
that
Very
instead.
respectful, sir.
No,
You
no
didn't
need.
see? I
You
think
don't
I
have to
saw
call
it.
me
I saw
boss.
something.
Just Navia is
For
fine.
demo or something, like back in the day.
Okay,
Because she had just
if
come
you
out
say
when I
so.
did that video,
Not
so.
that we're members of Spina
Oh, look at the
anyway.
Mussolini.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate as well. But yeah, I feel like I remember watching something with her in it because Fontaine had just come out. So what we ended those videos with was Nouvelette, Farina, and then her. And then like the pre-Fontaine trailer
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the
Which
serial
had Linny
disappearance cases.
in
My
it.
interest stems from a matter back from my father's time.
Oh, okay.
From the look of things, I find Linny
Yeah,
an
also,
unlikely
like,
mastermind.
shouldn't this already be disproven because this started 20 years ago? Like, he could be an accomplice, but he can't be the same guy from 20 years ago.
We think so
Like,
too.
that's not
That's why
possible.
we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
This music is so nice, guys. This is so cool.
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive
Oh my
evidence
gosh.
whatsoever.
Okay, Navia, you can't be saying stuff like this in public. Like, you're gonna get in trouble.
But that's not uncommon
Oh
for
my
her.
god.
If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her
Damn.
from getting carried away.
The shade of it all.
Anyway,
Oh my
The trial
gosh.
begins the moment someone levels charges.
Right,
And,
right.
of course, there was no way Farina was going to.
I love
back
how
down
they
in that
also call her,
situation.
they call her so like she's calling her Farina. Not like, you know, we call, oh god, Nahida, like, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Like, at least there's a lord in front of the title. You're just calling her Farina like you know her personally? Like, you can just invite her down to tea? Where is the respect?
More like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Oh my goodness. Lady Farina. That's
What's your
Lady
opinion?
Farina to you.
I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Well, when you put it like that, I
All right.
guess.
I've answered your question. Now,
I'm just
it's
like,
time you answer
girl,
mine.
you can't be saying all this.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear
Oh, I
any
just
pointless
realized she has like a
questions from
little
me.
nautical thing on her
In
side.
your
Like it's like a
opinion,
little
Do
ship.
you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well, I don't know if we should answer these questions in public, bestie. Like, isn't this kind of treasonous? Not always.
And why would
Well,
that be?
something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment. Doing so makes it easy for truth to fall by the wayside. Let's do that.
See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think
Oh,
that the
well,
traveler's response
thank
was
you.
most excellent.
But
No matter
like,
how
I
wonderful
feel
the
like
script
we
or how
shouldn't
fervent the
be saying
audience's
this in
expectations may
public.
be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer.
Okay.
You passed with flying colors.
Sure,
Now,
but
I
okay.
need to make some
well-
preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence.
Oh,
You two shall
well,
be my
we're
assistants.
doing our own thing though. Why do we have to work for you?
Become assistants.
Oh my god, I love this song so much
Oh,
though.
well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you
Oh,
like.
well that's nice.
I'm
At
really
least she's
not
not
that
like
fussy.
full of herself, you know.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon. Seems like you've already agreed
far be
then.
it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
Well, I mean, we don't really have a choice.
You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish
See, I
to
wonder if
unravel
something
the
happens happened to her
appearances.
mom. Like, I wonder
In
if her
this
mom
sense, our
was
goals are
killed
aligned.
by the serial killer. That's kind of
You
what
have
I'm
a point.
feeling right now.
You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
Paimon, you're not
What about
looking
you
at
over
him.
there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
His glasses don't go behind his ears.
I have nothing to add.
What is happening
Oh,
over here? Wait,
alright
neither
then.
do Paimons. What? Wait a second.
Preparations
I've
first.
never noticed that before. Are all of their
Be sure to let
glasses
us
like
know if
that?
you
None
start
of them
revealing
go
Lenny's
back?
tricks.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. That was a hilarious introduction, though. I didn't realize, like, that. I thought that she was like a news reporter at the news reporter, you know, thing, basically. Oh, hi.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave,
Okay,
you must
well, we're
register
not.
your identity
We don't
with
want
us
to leave.
first.
We just want to talk to you. There's a clue over here, apparently.
We're representing Linny and
Fun
Lynette
fact,
as
the
attorneys,
Navia
so
line
we're
is named after
investigating the
this
case.
Navia. Oh.
Were you always
Animating the
starting with
stick that
entrance?
goes behind the ears is too much, but is it animating? Aren't they like,
Chief
they're
Justice
3D
gave the
models,
order,
right?
everyone
Wouldn't you just
coming
model
in
it
or
on their
out must
face?
Undergo a strict inspection. So the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least not from that point on.
What about during the show?
Doubt there was much opportunity then either.
I need to check whether or not
be
these
so
things
sure.
look like the things in the desert, like a big version of the things in the desert, you know?
Near the entrance at that time. I
Okay.
couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause
This actor
was.
sounds familiar.
If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave.
Wait, that's
We
not.
Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
I don't know.
So,
Anyway,
safe to
you guys
say
can
the
tell
girl
me.
Couldn't have left through here.
She sounds very familiar.
All right, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
All right, so the exit, nobody went anywhere. Great, okay. I'm assuming that we have to go up here. No? Can I? Aha, the balcony. We love balcony seats. So the rich people can look at the peasants from down below. Oh my gosh, do we have to go backstage? Is that kind of what we're going for right now? Because I just realized that was the only clue I think that was over there. That was outside. I think there's still something on the stage.
They must have made preparations well before.
I will look. Yeah, I'm a little confused because I thought I looked at everything. Yeah, so the second clue was talking to that lady outside. The other one was talking to that guy over there. So there must still be... Do we have to talk to you, sir? No, but I already talked to you.
Whoever the
Bestie? Why isn't the little gold line thing working? Okay, we talked to you. You have a little check mark. You have a check mark. What about you two? Oh, it's you. That, bestie, that is not over there. Like, for the marker to keep blinking over there does not make any sense. You're right here, buddy. Oh, okay. Quentin.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
Oh.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a
Damn.
tall order.
That's so rude.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Okay.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks
Exactly.
that same
See,
number
she was
every
a
time.
plant.
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance.
Okay.
In other words, Linny knew who
Can
would
someone
be sitting
look up
where
the
from
VA for the
very beginning.
Melusine before I drive myself insane, if you guys
That
don't
much
mind?
checks out. Lenny reserved
It
our seats
will.
for us, too.
It will haunt me.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Thanks. Sorry to bother you. I think that she
Even
was
though
a
it's bad for
plant, but they
Lenny's
didn't
case,
plan for her to die.
better write
You
it
know,
down.
don't think she was credited? Damn, so it's a mystery. That's so, like, yeah, I don't know, she sounds so familiar. At first I was like, that's not Nora's voice actress, but I feel like we would have heard about that. Like, she sounded like a Ruby VA. Probably bad, since he's talking without his lawyer, but as David said, apparently Fontaine has different laws.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Damn, she's like, stop flirting with me, alright? You're a murderer. You might have killed somebody.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me?
Oh, I just realized their hats have a little
Racula's
band
garden
on them.
angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the fire.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Like, yeah, she must go around assassinating people with her giant gun. Like, I just realized.
I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation.
That's
and these
crazy.
are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
What was that one's name? I think it was
new
Tristana?
helpers?
I would have to
I would
go
be most
back and
grateful.
look.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind
Damn,
magic
she wants to
performed
sell.
on such
She
a
wants to
large
sell the
scale.
secrets.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Yay!
Huh? Below stage?
Well, that's where the
Yes,
trick
a world
happened,
of secrets is
right?
hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this
Yeah, there's
switcheroo
there's
trick.
definitely a trap
But
door
before I
or
reveal
something.
everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to
Okay.
perform it more easily.
I really like the music here. I listen to this track all the
Other
time.
decorations here? Where did all that go?
Yeah, especially the balloons would float
good
up,
eye.
no?
That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
Yeah, false door.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
To my ears, it sounds like Jeremy. Yeah, that's what I was like thinking, like a
Very
Ruby
good
VA.
indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned.
Oh.
Those patterns are now gone, replaced
Okay.
by a smooth wooden board.
Interesting.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside of this box.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
this
go.
is kind of how,
I'll
I
tell
mean,
you
this
how
is
it
how
works as we
magic
head down.
works in, like, our world, you know? Whee!
So there was a passageway under
Oh
the magic
god,
box.
it looks dusty down here. Yeah, see, this is what
knew
I
you'd
was
figure
thinking,
out
right?
most
That
of
they
it as
just
soon as
ran
you saw
back and
this
forth.
place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel.
Of course they are. Yeah,
See
that's what
this
I was
flatbed
thinking.
trolley?
Otherwise, they would have to use like abyss portals or something like
The
what
box with the
Dainsleif does,
lucky
but
audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate,
Cool.
ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
well, that's fun.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside. And
Oh,
be
I
moved
see.
along
So
the trolley.
the audience
All
member
while the
wasn't
outer box
running.
would remain on stage.
Okay,
as
I
if
see.
nothing had ever
So there's a
changed.
little box inside the big box.
You did it.
There's a little box inside the big box, and they brought the audience member down here in the darkness. The trolley goes across, and then the trolley goes up to put the little box inside of the other box. Okay, I understand. I thought that they were just running. I thought they were just making a run for it, you know?
Once the box was lowered,
And it was
the
a trap
trolley
door,
would store
but
some energy through this device here.
I guess
with
even,
which it would
like, I
complete the
still
rest
think
of
the
steps.
audience member was a plant, but, like, if the audience, like, that could feel like magic, like, ooh, you're floating through the air, wee.
The audience
you know?
member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Then what about your side of the trick?
Right. You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve
Wait,
that
so it was like a record player. That's
My
crazy.
assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I
Okay,
had
so
already gone to
he
the opposite
ran.
box via a
He
tunnel
ran.
using
The
that
audience
ladder.
member did not run. Okay.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins.
Wait,
All it takes
what?
is a change of clothes, and no one can tell who's who.
Huh? Wait a minute. I don't remember that. What? What do you mean?
And that's my favorite part of this trick.
Huh?
Only Lynette and I can
Wait.
perform it.
Wait, but why? What do you mean? But why? Huh? Wait a second. But why would he... Once the box was lowered... Okay, wait. I'm confused. What do you mean? I had gone to the opposite box via the tunnel. I was in the back of the box. But if you went to the opposite box, why would Lynette need to be in the box? You know what I mean? Like, why would she have to walk out if Linny ran? Like, I'm a little confused. I don't understand what they, like, why they would do that. Do you remember how at the last second he walked out? Oh, right. They had like a little tee-hee. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, chat. Yeah, when he walked out of the wrong box and came back in. Okay. Oh, I see. So to do the joke, one of them had to be the... I understand. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Damn, guys. I wish... You know what I need? I need someone to make an MP4 of the sequence that I can, like, put into the corner so we can look at it. You know what I mean? And so then we can just, like, play it. It made it so Linny was in 2 places seconds apart. Yes.
So that's how it all works.
I wonder if you could have noticed that
Every
then.
detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
Like I wonder if you could notice that the Linny that popped out of the box was actually Lynette, because their eyes are different. But yeah, I need like a little thing that I can play in the corner and we can like rewatch the magic trick, because it's been a couple weeks now. I believe it was just Linny's model. That's bullshit. I don't like that. They shouldn't do that. That's not nice, right? If the audience can't figure out how the twist works, you know, it's not a good twist. But yeah, it would have been nice if they used Lynette's model dressed as
Lynette
Linny,
would
but
briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending.
I see, okay.
And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would.
I do want to find it. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this somehow. Because if somebody just has the clip, right, we could have it in the corner. And I could play it like... Okay, hold on. Linny's magic trick. I like how it says Linny's magic trick gone wrong. Like, that's really funny. Like, that makes it sound like it's, that makes it sound like it's, like, a YouTube, like, video and not, like, a game from a cutscene. Oh my god, not a game from a cutscene? What the fuck is wrong with you, Cal? A cutscene from a game? Oh, goodness gracious. This one? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna have this up the entire time. I'm just saying if we need to, like, look back at... I just want to look. I just need to know.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities
Okay, this is 4
are
minutes
endless.
long. We don't need to, like, look all that badly. All right, there you go. Like, I want to look a little bit.
Huh?
Oh, wait. Okay, bestie, that's not you switching the boxes, though.
Don't go too far.
This is the water.
Hell, they both look the same inside.
Oh, okay. Here's where
Almost
we
there
need
now.
to go.
10,
Almost there now. Whew, swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait, is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again. 7. Hey, slow down. Honestly. 5, 4, 3.
Okay, so this is Linny, or sorry, this is Lynette dressed as Linny. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because of the distance of the cutscene. It almost does kind of look like that might be her eyes, though. That they may have done that at least.
Whoops, that doesn't count.
It'd be funny if he took off his hat and you could see, like, her cat ears for, like, a single frame. Because that's where you guys are saying that was him coming out of the wrong side, right? Yeah, it'd be hilarious if you could see the cat ears, but you can't, so. So yeah, this one's supposed to be Lynette. The eyes, maybe they did change it, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, so that's him over here. Okay, I see now, I see. And then the other box, okay. So yeah, we will revisit this if we need to. But it was probably good for me to watch it, because that was a week ago,
But
and
as
I
you
forgot.
saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick.
That
to
means
commit
like
a
somebody
crime.
would have to know how it works though. So it has to be someone in the magic troupe. Or like adjacent to the magic troupe. Like they
Look
know
around.
enough.
I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Nice. Okay. Alright, guys. I really have to use the bathroom. So I will be right back. And we're about an hour. I'll run an ad for Twitch, and I'll put an ad in for YouTube. It's not that serious, but I'll put one in anyway. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. Like, I do like this kind of different, like, we're solving a mystery vibe here. It's something, it's different, you know? Okay, guys, I'm back. Oops, there we go. All right. Arnold, did ask if I went, oh, sorry guys. Thank you, Swedish and Kitten, for the follow. I didn't notice that before. My Twitch alerts are a little messed up at the moment, but I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. What was I saying? Oh, Arnold asked me if I went underwater yet, and I haven't, which I realized, but we haven't really had the opportunity. Like, we're gonna have to finish all of this first. So he was like, did you, like, explore under the water? And I was like, no, like, you know, we're not at that part of the quest, but he was basically saying that in terms of the story doesn't take you underwater until, like, Act 4 or something, so... All right, lots of little things to examine. I really wish, if I had one criticism of this, it's that, like, the fact that you have to click the button for the detective things, at least right now, obviously, I don't know, you know, if maybe they did it like this for a reason later. Like, this is kind of bad. Like, this is a little bad, just because, like, in most mystery games that I play, the thing has it on it, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to click it, like, you know what's interactable, if that makes sense. And so I think that that's just weird. I was like, why not just keep the icons on the screen? Why do I need to press the button and then see the icons and then they disappear? It's just like, Hoyo does this sometimes where they incorporate things from other games, but it's like they've never played, like, you did not play Nancy Drew. You did not play, like, the click and point Nancy Drew CD-ROM games, you know?
Tied to the end of a rope.
Yeah, it looks like a grappling hook.
There's a...
Perhaps
Oh,
it
sorry,
was
I
a
didn't mean to
prop
skip
for
that.
a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Yeah, this is kind of weird though, like a grappling hook to be underground, like, you know what I mean? Unless they scaled up the opera house and then, like, broke in a window and came down here, but, like, we're in the basement, you know?
Let's make a note of it first.
We're not like, it's not like they came through a window and we're in an attic. It looks like, yeah, it looks like a grappling hook rope. Yeah, that's my only thing. I thought that the investigate feature was gonna be like deduction, which I also, you guys know I struggled with deduction in Sumeru, but like, this is not, like, this, doing all this wasn't necessary. Just keep the icons on top of the objects. There was no reason for all that.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Oh god, someone's costume is like strewn about over there.
Be water here.
Maybe it was for a trick?
Oh, Paimon knows. It's one of those
It's the primordial bath water!
Into a jug, and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear.
Paimon, how do you know that? Like,
and
did you read it in a book or something? Because I don't think you've seen that yourself.
Did the trolley knock it down?
Oh, guys, the sweater's so, like, nice and soft. It's so comfy. I'm so glad that I got it.
That can't be. The trolley moves along
Okay,
tracks
so
from
somebody
start to
knocked
finish.
it over trying to run
hit the
away, I'm
vase at
assuming.
this
Like,
distance.
if the serial killer was down here.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
We will very briefly during Act 2. Oh, okay, yeah. But, it's still, like, Arnold was like, you didn't explore? And I was like, no, I didn't have time. Yeah, see, this is a little weird. Like, why is there a dress down here?
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Were they? I don't remember what she was wearing.
But she's nowhere to be found.
Uh-oh, that's odd.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
Well...
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Aw, poor Paimon. Damn, he stripped her naked before kidnapping her. I don't think that that's exactly what happened. I think if anything, she disguised herself as, like, a boy or something and, like, left the theater and nobody noticed, you know? It's getting chilly in Canada? Yeah, that's another reason why I wore this today. I woke up and I was cold. I keep, like, getting out of the shower and I'm like, guys, it's too cold in here. I don't wanna. Like, I don't even wanna, like, get in the shower because it's so chilly and I get out and I'm, like, freezing. It did wake me up, though, I will say. Like, I've been a little bad with getting up early this morning. These mornings, I should say, like, the past couple mornings. And so, like, it's, been good for, like, to wake up my mind, but I hate it. I hate how cold it is. It's just, you know, it's just too bad that, like, I'd love to live in Florida, but then I would have to live in Florida. You know what I'm saying, you guys? And so it's just a shame that Canada doesn't have, like, a warm place attached to where we can go, you know? It's dark when I wake up now, exactly. Like, I just wish that we had, like, I don't know, a deserted island, and it was like Canada Island, I guess. Well, not deserted. I'm saying like it would be deserted before, you know, Canada gets there, because we don't want any, we don't want to displace people, you know. But I wish that like we had like a territory, I guess, or something, like kind of how like you guys have Puerto Rico and stuff. Like I wish that we had a warm place that Canadians could go, but we don't have anywhere. There's nowhere. You can't run from the cold. There's nowhere to go. Okay, so that's just the costume trunk. Interesting. There's more costumes here, which again, like, I don't know. Maybe this is for other operas during the week. Like, this doesn't all just have to do with, like, Linny's show, right? Ooh, a vent! See, they came through the vent, you guys.
What is this
the grappling hook? Yeah, like, they came through outside and they crawled. Well, see, but we're underground, right? Unless we're under the stage, but we're still above ground. Actually, we might be, because the opera, like, the opera house seemed like a very tall sort of building, right? So maybe we're at, like, the top floor, and under the stage is not in the basement, right? Like, maybe this vent goes to outside, and so the grappling hook was, like, warranted. You know? Yeah, it's fucking huge.
Could this have been the suspect's escape
Let's go crawl around in the vents, you guys.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, this
Yeah,
space
see,
would be
she would
too
have to
narrow.
go willingly, and then she got kidnapped later.
There are no other ways in or out
Theoretically.
here.
Other than the magic boxes. Yeah, unless they waited in the magic box and they're still in there. Like, imagine the girl's still in there, but she's dead or something, you know? Like, because wasn't there a false back? They explained that earlier, so unless, yeah, maybe somebody's in the false back still.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down. Scenes.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Yeah, bringing the young women with them. Oh my god, the young woman with them. I'm assuming that this was like
Let's head back up.
an organized, like she knew that she was like gonna go on the run from now on, and she wanted to disappear, and then something like that guy took advantage of that, like that sort of thing. Oh, that's not what I meant. Okay, that's not what I meant to do.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene.
Okay.
Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns.
Ooh, are we gonna go have tea?
Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Well, I agree, but...
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low.
Oh.
Since the vent leads to the opera house's basement.
Oh, okay, so see, under the stage was not the basement.
The
There
guards
is
have checked
another
the area
basement.
carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident.
Yeah, I feel like someone's
no
in the
one was
box
found
still.
hiding
Not
there.
that one, like the one that's over
So
here.
the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens.
But yeah, I think that the
Halsey's
girl
disappearance
disguised
and
herself as a
Cowell's
boy
death
or something.
Are both quite inexplicable.
And I feel like Cowell was already dead. Like, I feel like obviously they weren't gonna kill somebody, like if Linny was in on it. I mean, if Linny wasn't in on it, then yeah, maybe Cowell was just an unfortunate, you know, byproduct, if that makes sense. Like, he was just, you know, in the wrong
No wonder
place and the
Farina was so
serial killer
confident in her
stuck him in
accusation.
there.
All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
It's not looking
In
good,
other words,
all right?
the
I
charges
can't lie
are
to
very
you.
likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges.
Can't we go
and
look in
then
the basement
trial.
ourselves?
So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House.
Okay.
During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear
The
statements from
Oratrice.
both sides.
The Oratrice will
That's
too?
right. This is how indemnitium is produced.
Okay. See? Okay. Well, now, wait a minute. Hold the fuck on. I totally forgot about this. I wonder what the connection with Indominium and, like, sucking things out of the ley lines. You know, because we were talking about, oh, it's like Monsters, Inc., and they're taking, like, the screams and they're powering the city. And now I'm sort of like, well, wait a minute. I wonder if, like, somehow it's like their memories or their feelings about the trial go into the ley lines and get converted into energy, so it's different than... What do they call it in the other quest? Azurite?
And even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the oratrice.
Okay.
To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will.
Oh, well,
and is a
wait,
judge
well,
in its own
oratrice
right.
isn't Farina.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened.
Damn,
anyway.
fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision.
Wait,
this too
so
will be used
Chief
by
Justice,
the
though,
oratrice
is
as a reference.
Nouvelette.
Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Like, where does Farina fit into this? Is she, like, a prosecutor? You know, she makes the case?
Called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both always come to the same judgment.
Interesting.
Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Damn, we're all trapped in here? How long is that gonna take?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related.
Oh man, so we're not gonna go out for tea? That's so
They're
sad.
concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. Or that we might find outside help.
Yeah, but what if there's like stuff outside that we have to look at?
But we're not so. It could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
Well, I mean, that's true, but like, shouldn't we like go to like where the twins stay and stuff?
I'm ready
like, shouldn't
to break
we?
out at any time.
Oh, okay. He wants to escape.
There's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm asking. Like, how long
Of
is there?
course.
Like, this
I
gonna
just
take?
hope
You know?
don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards.
Damn,
nor
that's
is
crazy.
Any guarantee of
Like,
balanced
it's not
nutrition.
like, shouldn't we be allowed to go investigate outside? There could be key facts
In that
out
case,
there.
Let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of
Yeah, I
Valentine's
know.
famous
Damn.
desserts, too.
Now I'm
I
hungry.
mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and
Exactly.
sweets?
Well, maybe we can still find the tea.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after.
Damn, well, Paimon, you're the shade of space. You could just suck us up and pop us back out.
Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks.
She said
If we
that in
can't
such a
buy
British
some,
way.
then we'll
That
simply
was
make some.
funny.
Huh? Here? But how?
Well, they must sell things to eat probably before the
Understood,
show starts,
mademoiselle.
right?
Everyone, please come with me.
Like, there must be, like, a, you know, even, like, at regular theaters in our world, there's, like, popcorn, you know, there's alcohol.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Oh, what?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs
That's
whenever the
crazy.
fancy
I
strikes
thought that they were just gonna go to, like, the front of
I
house
have
or
eggs,
something.
sugar, and almonds at the
What? What do you mean? Where are you carrying eggs with you, sir? What are you talking
you two.
about?
Then I'll get to it.
What?
Please sit tight for a moment. You'll
This
get to
is
taste my
actually
awesome snack
insane.
soon enough.
What do you mean?
These three are
Where are you putting the
interesting.
eggs, sir? You don't even have a purse. You don't have a backpack? Macarons? Macarons on a portable stove? There's no way,
It's even
guys.
better
Like, what do
now.
you mean?
Paimon can't stop drooling.
This must just be like an extension of alchemy somehow. Like, this is
You
not
guys carrying
cooking.
all that
There's
stuff
no
around?
way.
Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process.
Yeah, like, they don't even have, like, they don't have bags. They don't have, like, a satchel. Where was all of this
You're
stuff?
doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
Well,
I was a
sure,
plumber.
I suppose.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting
He
a fancy
carries the
dress
egg
dirty
inside of
beating
his
egg
hat?
whites
Oh
and
my
baking
god.
like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read
Oh, I
books,
like
sip
that.
tea, ride horses, and play the piano.
Oh, she's
They just
awesome.
really
I
enjoy
love
making
her.
Snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Oh, they're huge too. Like, holy shit. Only Paimon Paimon, you are such a brat. Like, what do you mean?
Treats might send all that
Oh,
sugar
now I
to
want a
your
snack.
head.
We will have lunch probably in about
You
an
wouldn't be able
hour.
to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite.
Those are
strong
some
black tea
huge
with a floral
fucking
fragrance that
macarons.
clears the mind and lifts
Like,
the
they're
spirit.
like head size. Why don't you take a
No
break
need
as
for
well?
concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Same place we keep our sword and our items in a magic bag. I mean, but I believe that, like, we could have a magic bag. We have a Serenit teapot. I'm just
All right,
saying that
then.
these guys, like...
Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems
Yeah,
to
and
be
macarons
something
are
of
hard to
a
cook.
secret chamber.
That's why I feel like it's alchemy, you
However,
know?
we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines.
Some criminal.
The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
They look like hamburgers? That's what I was thinking.
Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from the twins, we're left with two other people, the missing girl and the
The
deceased.
flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Yeah, see, I don't think so. I think she
Perhaps
had
the
to leave
criminal thought that
willingly,
since she
you
was
know?
chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Linny was handing out magic bags. I guess that's true. I guess he was.
Thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person even exists. That's true. We didn't find, like,
True. None of
fingerprints
the
or
clues we found
anything.
thus far support the existence of this third person.
Exactly.
But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl,
Sorry, guys.
Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props?
Well, see, that's what I
order to
feel
murder
like
Powell
we're
before
burying the
making her
lead here.
escape?
Like, I feel like they're definitely like, they knew Linny is not being forthright about knowing her.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the
Yeah,
magic
but that's
Troop's
not
members.
true.
Were we not thorough enough in our...
No, you
From
weren't.
the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible
And you
case.
forgot what happened at the beginning of the game,
Macarons
bestie.
are
Like,
amazing, though,
or the
Navia.
beginning of
They
this
smell
quest.
great. They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
Oh, that's cute.
They are my specialty after all.
Oh my
And
god.
I see you've
Paimon,
already had
five
of
of
them.
those, like, Paimon is like 1% Macron at this point.
5? Oh, that can't be
Like,
right.
look at her compared to
Hey,
the...
honest.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less
Oh
sweets might
man, this poor
actually be a
guy.
good
He
thing.
doesn't get his share.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count.
That...
Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine. If you ate them, you ate them. Oh, it's fine. Everyone knows how much you love eating.
Even you don't.
Oh no! See? What happened? Did they fall into the void?
Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons. Then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
Uh-oh.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed
Yeah,
in
it's
our
like
chat
it's
and
very
made them by
serious to
mistake.
her. She doesn't want to be falsely
Set up the stove again,
accused.
if you would.
Uh-oh, oops. I didn't mean to skip that.
What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, there's really no need to do that.
We don't want to trouble you.
Yeah, Paimon.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
I kind of feel like... I don't know. Wait a minute. This sounds...
Well, this really is your
Well,
hobby, huh?
I don't know. I feel like that, like... I feel... There could have been, like, a rift in time or something, you know?
Well,
Just
that's
like
it
what
for snack
happened with
time.
Nahida.
I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for
I don't
yet,
know either.
but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage
Oh my god,
during
the
the trial.
Traveler's not actually gonna talk though, is she? Like, she never says anything.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go.
Dad, he still has eggs, sugar,
I'll
and
be back if I
almonds?
find
I
anything
mean,
new.
I guess enough for the first time and enough for an emergency.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
Wait, it says to wait, though.
It's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
Yeah, why would it say...
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
It should help you review the situation.
Yeah, why would they say wait if, like, we haven't... What are we gonna say, though, bestie? Like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, wait and prepare. And I'm like, I thought that we would actually have to do some preparing. You know? You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't have an answer. What are we gonna go up there and what are we gonna get up there and say? Participate? Oh, I guess. You could review the evidence? I could, but I feel like I have it all. I don't know what else we can do.
What do we do?
I wish that we checked the boxes a little bit more thoroughly. Let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happens than we
Again,
do.
just Farina, not Lady Farina.
Thanks, Navia.
That's so dirty.
We'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
I wonder, like, I don't know. If we want to do a time loop, we could be like... that, like, we fail and then we have to start from where Paimon accidentally ate those 2 extra macarons and it's like there's a whole thing, but I don't think it's gonna be like that, you know?
Finally, you're back. Well,
Bad!
how did your investigation go?
It went badly, and it's your fault because you're fucking lying. You're lying to us. You're lying about knowing that girl.
We're already very grateful that you were
Oh,
willing to help.
dear.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed?
Oh my
Don't tell me
God.
that your investigation came up empty-handed.
It's not good, guys.
That
Like,
was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence.
Jesus.
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede
now I
so
feel like
easily.
Farina just did it. You know?
Since both parties are present,
To have
I
something
declare
fun
that the
to
trial
do.
regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Okay. Oh, people are
Firstly,
there,
in
damn.
order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Okay, interesting.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady
So, okay, so
Farina,
Lady Farina
do
is
you
the
wish to
prosecution.
refute his statement in any
See,
way?
he calls her Lady
Why,
Farina.
Of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
Okay.
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were
What
hardly
kind of
in
argument
that
is
tunnel
this?
At all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm
Lenny,
guilty.
you're not supposed to be saying anything.
Is that so?
What?
And if
Guys,
I
why
may
did it get
ask,
so dark? What
did
happened?
you hear
Something
while
just
you were
looks like she's in the
inside
void.
your
What happened to the
box?
lighting?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course.
That was weird.
That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
Lenny, you're not supposed to be defending yourself. Isn't that our job? Why are you
Did hear
talking?
anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds
Yeah, it
or
got so
there
dark
was
all of a
thud.
sudden.
One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on.
Huh?
Something's not right here.
How could Lenny not know about that sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Uh-oh.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Oh no, the current stance on the trial, that's crazy.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself.
You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems.
Yeah, because if he didn't hear it, that means like that's a little strange for Linny. Because if he didn't hear it, that would sort of give credence to the idea that he wasn't in the box because everybody else who was around the box heard it. You know?
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi.
Oh dear.
Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundation.
Look at her though, she's so cute.
Solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the
Oh my
House of the
god! Okay, sure.
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui? Oh no! See, wait a minute, we didn't know that! No! Bestie!
No wonder they did something like this.
No! You didn't! This is all Linny's fucking fault, man. I'm sorry. I don't think he did it, but he's stupid. Because what do you mean you didn't tell that to us? Or maybe well, no, because Paimon said that we're surprised, right? So we said they're Fatui, so like, we didn't know that, okay? That's not good, Linny. Like, you can't be doing all this. You want us to help you and you didn't tell us the truth. I kind of thought that we knew, but we weren't gonna bring it up because obviously you're not gonna bring up like, you know, your own client's guilty, like, thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it makes them look bad, we wouldn't bring it up. But like,
so the serial disappearances,
that's
what the
crazy.
Fatui is doing. Now it all makes
You can't
sense.
withhold that from your lawyer, Linny. Oh my
I've
god.
got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Can we have a moment with our client?
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
It definitely does! You are full of shit! Yeah, and I feel like, again, I can't stress this enough. Why is he the one talking and not us? Aren't we supposed to be his defense attorney here?
Then
oh, that was a
perhaps
nice
you could
shot. I
tell
like
us
that.
Everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my.
Oh my god, look at her!
Flabbergasted. Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too
That's
easy.
crazy!
Good thing I made all those preparations.
Damn!
The all-nighter I pulled last night is
Look at her,
really
she's
paying
so
off.
cute! Oh, Farina. Linny!
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Stupid! You guys are stupid!
Order! Order! Mr. Linny, allow me to reestablish the facts.
Oh, for
Lady
goodness
Farina
sakes.
has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
Oh no, Linny! No, Linny! Oh no. Plus, Child is here, exactly! There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linny.
Linny!
I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Wait, so he wasn't in the box?
I knew it!
Oh no!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Damn! Optimistic audience member? Optimistic for who? Permission to speak, Your Honor? What in the world are you going to say? My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed. I don't think that, like, that's a justifiable, but okay.
In that case, what is your request?
Okay, that's fine. I request a brief adjournment. That's okay. Like, I feel like that makes sense.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Oh, man.
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
Oh, for
This
goodness
trial
sakes.
will reconvene
Linny, you
in
better
1
fess
hour.
up, okay?
So you would stick to Mr. Linny's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
Thanks, Farina.
In
Question
that
mark.
case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
That's crazy. Oh, I just noticed the things. I thought that they were feathers, but they look like fishtails on the back of her outfit. I didn't notice that before. Linny, I'm gonna get you. Like, what do you mean? What have you done? Why didn't you tell us the truth?
Well, this is awkward.
What do you mean you didn't
I didn't think
what
the
are you
Hydro Archon
talking
would dig
about?
all that up.
You're stupid!
I'm sorry.
What? Oh, I didn't think that you would dig all that up. What do you mean dig up? It's not, like,
sorry.
Is it a secret? I don't think so.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
Oh, brother. Oh, for goodness
Not to
sake.
set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, unless you ran
know
away
you're
from the
angry, and
Fatui.
reasonably
But
so,
like,
Please, let me explain.
still, like,
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset.
okay.
But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face.
Okay.
I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead.
Linny!
The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know that this isn't just another lie? Also, you need effort to get you free. Like, I don't know what you mean by
So,
that.
you be the judge.
You're stupid.
Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
For goodness sakes.
You met a Fatus who works as a
A
magician.
Fatus?
A trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too.
Is that like the singular
But
of
still,
Fatui?
I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal.
Oh my god, Ellie's
not
not
in this
today!
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Where did you go?
Wait, let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Fatui's the plural? Oh, that's funny.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been
I
trying
didn't
to find
realize,
out
like,
how the
I just kind of
Oratrice
thought it would be
operates.
like plural
want to know
and
why it
singular,
has
you know, like one of
consciousness.
those things.
Why can it deliver sentences accurately?
What?
During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it.
Okay.
From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick.
Oh
with
my
the objective of
god!
getting
Wait
close
a
to the
minute.
core.
Wait, so are you saying that you did this? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think I understand. They didn't commit the crime to get close to the core. They wanted, like, during the performance to go take a little looky-poo.
A whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box.
Okay, I think I see.
So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House
Right.
basement via the vent,
So it's not
and went
like
to
we
investigate
got
the room in
ourselves
which the core
arrested
is
on
stored.
purpose. No, it's just during the trick he wanted to go
That
check
air
it
vent
out.
was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to
Oh my
execute this
god!
step.
That's crazy! And you found
Well,
what?
Nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate,
Uh-oh.
I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room.
Maybe it was the machine.
That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me.
Uh-oh.
I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I
Damn,
came.
like the voice of the Hydro Archon was like, hey, what are you doing, you little shit?
On the way back,
You're not
I
supposed to
saw
be
the
doing all
broken vase
that.
and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Okay.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why would you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized
But why does
crisis.
the Fatui care?
That's the only way we can save everyone.
Like, I feel like if, okay, I don't want to think too much about Arlecchino right now, just because, like, obviously we haven't met her, we don't know her, like, I only know about Arlecchino because of the internet, right? Like, I know of her, I don't know, like, how she's, I feel like that they have been told that that's what they're doing, but really Arlecchino's still getting the Gnosis. And it'll be this sort of like, hey, all your people are gonna drown and we can help them, but you gotta give us the Gnosis.
So,
like, I feel like that's
there
where
you
we're
have
going.
It, the whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time.
I don't know why they would have to find out how the machine works, though, for that,
It was
but...
never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either.
Like, couldn't they just run up on Farina and kill her like Signora did? But I guess they don't want to do
But
that,
like
you know?
I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Okay, but what about you knowing the audience plant?
You decide.
Like, what if we could say no? That'd be so funny. I believe in the facts. I wish I could say that I'm gonna leave your ass. I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
That's crazy. You still haven't explained how you know the girl!
Pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight
Really?
defense.
You're gonna tell them that he couldn't have done the murder because he was snooping around in the basement? Like, that's not... Good afternoon, Calxiyn. I miss you on Twitch. I don't know what that says. You're gonna return to Twitch, or you're watching the reruns from Twitch? But yeah, I stream, I'm multi-streaming, so you could, go on Twitch if you want to as well. But yeah, nice to see you two. Let's head back. But yeah, I'm a little confused, and I think it's still stupid that we didn't ask about the girl again. Like, I feel like that's a big problem right here, you know? It's not good, guys. It's not good. Go! Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oopsie, I thought we still had investigation power. Okay, continue taking part in the trial, I guess. Like, guys, I feel like that we should have scrutinized him a little bit more, you know? Because I'm like, we were down, but I guess, okay, I feel like that what Lumine is banking on, if I understand this correctly, is that the orifice has a willpower, because that's something that they said in that quest that I watched Arnold do, is that, like, pure elemental energy, or the energy blocks have will, and the abyss has no will, or something. Like, I can't remember the exact wording, but I wonder if what Lumine is trying to say, hey, or Oratrice, is it an objective fact that, like, you saw Linny go down there, like, talking to it as if it's a person, and then that'll prove that he's innocent? So it's like the memories of the machine, not like, oh, but Linny was poking around in the basement, so we couldn't have done it. Like, I think the Traveler's gonna depend on the machine's
When last we left off,
consciousness.
Mr. Linny acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as
I'm
fact.
so stressed out right
Therefore,
now.
Lady
Like,
Farina
I feel
may
like
continue stating her reconstruction
not
of the
elemental
events.
energy, the Caverina. But what does Caverina mean? You know? Because I thought it was just a substitute for light energy.
Now then, if everyone would lend me
Or-
their attention.
Or light juice.
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from
Qua-
Linny's perspective.
Quarena. Light realm energy. Okay. So yeah, I'm imagining, or I guess, yeah, okay, so we shouldn't say that the machine is on pure elemental energy. We would say that maybe the machine has light energy in it. Like it's an extension of maybe the original Hydro Archon, and so it has light energy, light juice. So maybe the Oratrice is made of light juice, and maybe it has willpower, is kind of where I am right now. Okay. Sure. Okay, I understand, I think. I'm a little afraid.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Okay, yes, that's true. Let me look at this again. Hold on, you can identify loopholes. Yes, I know that. But how do I use the book? I mean, I guess when Farina's done, we can pick one of them to use. Okay. Yes, and so like, he entered the tunnel. That's true. He did enter the tunnel. Yes.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Okay, well, that didn't happen.
He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her.
So I guess we have to hear Farina out first and then do evidence that matches those bubbles. That was a little bit of a confusing explanation. I love how, like, there's little illustrations, like, we really think that, like, Linny, like, punched this man right in the face? Like, that's crazy.
To knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowl's death would be ruled an accident.
Oh dear. Okay.
And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
That's crazy.
Does the defendant's side have any objections
yes.
to Lady Farina's
okay, so
description
now
of the
we get
events?
to do our thing.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
Okay. I think I understand. Identify loopholes. I don't know. It's hard in terms of, like, okay. Linny attacked in terms of him attacking. The loophole of attacking would have been... Hold on. Okay, so I think that the first one goes here. Like, Linny went to the core. So yes, he entered the tunnel, but then he went into the basement. I think that that makes sense? No!
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that it would because he's saying he entered the tunnel, right? So, is it the voice? Okay, because to me, Linny entered the tunnel and then he went, because there is no, we don't need to refute that he went down there, do we? I thought it was like, okay, yeah, he went down there, but then he did something else, right? Okay, so I think it's Linny wasn't there because he was looking at the core. You know what I mean? So I think it's like that. Yeah, that makes more sense. So I guess we don't need to refute everything. But yeah, I thought it was more of an and, David. I thought it would be like, yes, he went through the tunnel and he went downstairs. So this is the one where I think that we need the and he went downstairs. Okay.
According to Linny,
so he did go down, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this makes more sense now. So we don't need to dispute that he entered the tunnel. We can keep going. Okay. But he wasn't. Right, he was looking at the thing. So he claims to have heard a voice. I think it's this one? Yeah,
Linny
okay.
went to the room that contains the
Right.
Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
And then, knocking Cowl out. I mean, I can't really prove that he didn't do that. Like, I'm assuming that what they're saying is that the thump was somebody else knocking him out. But the audience members heard that, but we established that Linny didn't hear it because he wasn't there, I think. No? Okay.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Well, at least I'm not getting in trouble. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know about Cowl. Like, I don't know about what, like, about all that. Like, you know what I mean? That indicates the crime had already taken place. All Linny saw was the dress. Oh, okay, I see.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the
I like
aftermath.
this. This makes a lot more sense compared to...
Attention!
Okay, this makes a lot more sense compared to the Sumeru version of this.
Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
I feel like now he's just gonna get arrested for that, trying to mess around with the Oratrice.
He heard a voice in what should have been an
like how PAIMON's reading this. This is hilarious.
Immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was
yeah, and so the Oratress may have memory if it is light energy. It might have will, it might have memory. Yay! We did it! Okay, now that I understand this, I do like it. But yeah, I didn't realize they were gonna take refute so literally. I thought it would be like, and.
Wasn't it awesome?
But yeah, I like how they did it.
You believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Okay, well, we're not saying that. Well, I mean, I suppose. I mean, I guess. Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Linny by chance. That's true. Oh, cooking? Cooking? Yeah.
Who was the entire setup meant to kill?
Exactly, unless it was meant to kill Linny.
Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case.
Yeah, exactly.
What would the point
That's true, it was premeditated. She was saying it was like a crime of passion that he got caught.
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him. And that's why they're partners of mine.
Yeah, like either it would have killed Linny or it would have killed the girl, but if he was planning to kidnap the girl, there would be no need for the premeditation, you know?
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your
Do you
claims?
happen to remember how you refuted Linny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't.
Your claim has become my weapon! That's a crazy thing to say! Oh? New? At the bottom? Irrelevant, irrelevant? Oh, hold on. No one left the Opera House during that time. Only those who have had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Which is the evidence that Linny wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Well, that's a little, the way this is phrased is a little confusing because I'm like, okay, the audience heard the sound, but like, that's not evidence that Linny wasn't in the tunnel, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe it's this one?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Oh, okay. Then I got it wrong. I guess it is the sound. How they phrase things sometimes throw me off. Oh my god, throws me off. Yeah, that threw me off a little bit because
didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
like, okay, like you're right, but that's not like, you know what I mean? You're saying he wasn't there. Like, I get that, but that has nothing to do with the audience hearing the strange noise. That has to do with, like, Linny didn't hear the strange noise. Like, that's a kind of a weird...
That when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent.
But I see what they're trying to do.
The clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof. How do you like that?
Yeah, I see what they're saying, right? Because they trapped Linny into Linny admitting he didn't hear the noise, right? So either it's a lie, right? Linny's lying, but we established that, like, right, he can't be lying. So, like, if Linny is telling the truth, then he wasn't there. Like, he didn't hear the sound, you know?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Well, isn't that for you to find out? The murderer was... What? Are we gonna be able to figure this out right now? Okay. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell. Yeah? If Linny's no longer under suspicion, only other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Okay. They're gonna be like, Cowl killed himself. Or that lady killed Cowl. Right. Linny and her assistant would have taken charge of onstage interactions. The clothes belonged to the girl who went missing, so she changed. And so, yeah, I feel like she, again, disguised herself as a boy or something. Select any clue to see the key information.
Cowl, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Yeah, unless he had it out for Linny the whole time, but... Switch to another question?
Calxiyn is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or...
Well, I feel like she did. Like, I feel like... I don't know how she would be connected to this guy, but...
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
I don't... See, here's my thing. I don't know why Cowl would end up dead in this scenario, but I feel like that it was her somehow. You know? Who was the only person who could possibly committed the crime? See, that's the thing, though. That's a weird thing that, like, the only person? Like, I feel like that, like, you could argue, I guess she wants to argue that it's just a third person in general, but, like, you could argue that she committed her own crime. So I'm a little, okay. Oh, incorrect. Uh-oh, oopsie. I thought it was glowing. I thought that that was the right answer. It has to be her then, right? Well, that's the thing, is that they're...
Or...
Cowl could have tampered with the equipment, but Cowl probably didn't kill himself. Oh, wait a minute, I see. Oh, the highlight is the last thing that I picked. Oh, I understand now.
Able to tamper with the equipment.
Yeah, like, he would have been able to tamper with the equipment, but, like, did he kill himself? Hold on. Can I switch to the other question? What evidence was selected that there's an audience member involved? Okay, like the dress, obviously. She was involved. I guess the proof that she changed is enough. So I guess that that's what it wants, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wants that, like, she was involved because she had a change of clothes. But, like, okay, I think I see what they're going for. Oh, it's not letting me switch back. I'm just a little confused by how they're, like, the train of thought in terms of how they're presenting this. Because, like, yeah, either of them could have done it still. Like, you know what I mean? Hasley could have, killed Cowl and stuffed him in the box, right? And, like, ran away, you know what I mean? Or, like, Cowl, something went wrong with his side and he wasn't supposed to be in there, but he ended up in there and he accidentally killed himself when they were trying to kill the girl. You know what I mean? But I guess it's who was involved, not who planned it. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh gosh, how do I go back to the side question? Like, it had to be premeditated, but what I'm struggling with the premeditation is, like, they're saying that Cowl was around to have done it. How would the audience member have been able to tamper with the equipment? Well, that's why I thought that she was part of the Fatui, but I guess that that's not what they're going for quite yet. So that's what I'm a little bit like, did he tamper with it and then he died? Like, that would be kind of, nuts. Oops. Hold on, let's go back down. Like, at this point, I think both of them had some... Like, I feel like both of them had something to do with it. But I guess because of the dress, we're supposed to think that it was her. Like, Cowl wouldn't... But then they mentioned the fucking rope thing. So now that, like, makes me confused. Okay. But no, Cowl... Okay, hold on. Are they talking... This is the language that I'm kind of confused about. When they're talking about the only person who could have committed the crime, are they talking about the crime of the kidnapping? Or are they talking about the crime of the disappearance? Like, are they talking about her disappearing? Or him being murdered? Because if it's about him being murdered, I guess that the game wants us to pick her. But if it's about her, like, disappearing out of the box somehow, like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? They're talking about the killing? Okay.
Calxiyn is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own
Okay,
scheme all along?
so I think that, like... Yeah, he's on trial for the murder, not for the kidnapping. Which is kind of crazy, though, when you think about it, because, like, those two things should theoretically be connected, but he's just... Okay. So I guess they want to say that she did it, and that's why there's a dress that was discarded. So, like, she snuck in and burned the rope and did all that stuff, and she had a change of clothes, so she had premeditation for a plan to escape, and it wasn't, like, this guy, she stuffed him in the box. No! What? I'm so confused. They're gonna have to explain how, like, I don't understand why the dress is important if he's, like, you know what I mean? I don't understand why he's important if she had a change of clothes and escaped. Like, they're gonna have to explain that, because I'm a little bit confused. Not confused in terms of, like, how it happened. Like, I think I understand what they're going for, but in terms of why this is the right answer when they have the dress on the screen, unless, like, this guy didn't kill himself so Hasley could get away. You know what I mean? So, like, we're saying the only person that committed the crime was this guy? What do you mean? He killed himself? Like, what are you talking about? I don't understand the premise.
That can't be right.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I'm thinking, you know?
The killer was, in fact, Cowl, the deceased!
Like, that's what I'm a little confused about that, because if she had a change of clothes and she ran away, she had to be involved somehow, no? So that's why I'm like, yeah, because I understand what you're saying, David. Like, the dress was an answer to a different question, but if she... Unless he had an accomplice, like unless it was Cowl and another man, and there's a third man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was a third person. But I'm like, Cowl, I don't think Cowl meant to kill himself. I think, if anything, he tried to kidnap her and he ended up in the box or something. Or, like, the third person that kidnapped the girl shoved him in the box. But I don't think he meant to be in the box. That's what I'm like, we have to explain, so? Like, what do you mean?
How interesting. Let's hear your reasoning then.
Because what I'm imagining right now is either there's Cowl and there's another man, and one man kidnapped her. But no, if they meant for her to die, if they wanted her to die, wait a second, but even that doesn't make any sense. Unless it's Linny that they were trying to get rid of, like I said earlier. But Linny was supposed to be in the other box, right? Not the box that was crushed on the stage, right? Like, the girl was supposed to be in the box. So I'm like, why? That would just mean that they wanted Hasley dead. Like, they didn't want her kidnapped, right? Unless I need to, like, rewatch how the box trick works again, and Linny popped out of... Did Linny pop out of the wrong box at the end? Was he the one... Was the swap unsuccessful? No, but he started out on the stage, right? And then he ended up in the audience, didn't he? So he... Yeah, Linny ended up in the audience, right? So the swap was successful. So it's not like they were planning for Linny to be in the box on stage. He was always going to move to the other box. So they would have been trying to kill the audience member. But they wouldn't have kidnapped her. Like, there wouldn't have been a kidnapping if they were just trying to kill her on the stage, though. You know what I mean? So I need to hear the Traveler explain this.
What Cowl did, and how
like, I don't understand, bestie. Like, I just don't get it. I was ready to blame her. Okay. How can we envision Linny as having been unable to interfere with the crime? Well, it's based off what he said, right?
He was not in the
tunnel. He wasn't in the tunnel.
Moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Okay, sure. How can I prove there was an altercation in the tunnel? Is that one of... Well, see, I don't know which one it is. It's not... Is it the noise?
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Or does the dress represent...
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So
we're not talking about the broken pot
she would attract
anymore.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash.
Okay, so that's the altercation. Who's the prime suspect currently? Well, fuck, that's what we, like, I don't know.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Well, isn't Linny also the answer to this one?
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
Oh, Oh, well, who's the prime suspect currently? We're saying it's Cowl. I guess. Like, right now, currently, like, we're saying that it's him. Okay, sure. Where did she go? I don't know, bestie!
It would have been tough for both people.
Yeah, so...
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Right.
So...
But nobody went in and out.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So... where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
I don't know, bestie. We don't know where she went. I'm assuming that's the best answer to me, I think. Incorrect! Oh, the last one? Okay, so I guess the dress.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Right, she changed. No! Oh gosh, guys. I'm so bad. Like, I don't understand.
For both people to fit
like,
into that vent.
That's not an answer.
Likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Like, that's not an like, these things should not be separate. Like, the tunnel vent, it doesn't seem like that's the appropriate, because I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this, but when I see the dress and the idea that she changed, that to me is the logical answer. She changed clothes and then she blended back in with the crowd. I don't understand. Oh, wait, what? None of them are right. Bestie? Huh? What do you mean? All of them are wrong? Oh, I was set up. That's not nice. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could have been the sound of Cowell and Hazley struggling. Cowell needs some more murder mystery games. I play a lot of murder mystery games. I think that Hoyo is not very good at designing these sorts of things. But no, I understand now. None of them are the right answer. We don't have an answer. But yeah, to me, like, the dress was like the logical thing of, oh, she changed and she's still in here. She never left, you know? So, like, that's a little frustrating that we don't seem to, like, have any significance for that, you know? Okay, Cowell to bring Hazley out of the magic box into the audience stance. Okay. But according to the testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no method of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing they would have been discovered.
Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring
Where did she go? That's what I'm saying, bestie! Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you!
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff.
Oh dear.
And here I thought
See,
you had something
I don't
to
think they
show
checked
for
the
it.
false back
But
of the
it
box,
seems
though.
You're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track?
Yeah, like, I feel like that the way things are worded is just what's throwing me off. If I remember, a lot of people had trouble. Yeah, like, that's just the thing, because I'm like, well, it's not just about... They're focused too much on what the Traveler is saying compared to what these things represent to the audience, and the Traveler's just not very smart.
Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, yeah, like, I'm assuming that she changed her clothes, and then she went back into the audience as, like, a boy or something, or she's still in the box!
It only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Well, okay. Well, here's the other thing, though, right? That's the other question, is that, like, the Fatui can make people appear and disappear. Scaramouche does that. He snaps his fingers and a bunch of Fatui come out of the ground, right? Dane's Leaf can teleport. So, like, that's kind of, like, nobody's thinking about that as an explanation. Could it have been the water? You're gonna have to explain that. What do you mean?
Dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient?
The primordial bathwater!
There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
If the
Guys,
defense
this
is
is killing
unable
me.
to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the
No,
trial.
wait a second. Hold on a second. Okay.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment.
Right.
Which gave our criminal ample time.
Yes.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the
May
criminal.
have, though. Okay.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Okay, bestie, are you fucking joking? Like,
the vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
The primordial bath water.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
Okay.
If there's a similar method where a person could be
What?
transformed into
What are you talking about? You think that that's how they did the trick, that they made themselves into water? What? What are you talking about? She turned into the water? Are you fucking serious? That's what we got from this whole conversation? Oh yes, she turned herself into the water. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
How could a person ever be transformed into water?
What?
This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
Shouldn't we ask Linny how she did the trick first? We might find something. I mean, again, the Fatui, they have magic, and there's the Serenity Pot. Like, that, it's just out of pocket for, like, the Traveler to be like, oh, yes, of course. It reminds me of the Frozen 2 documentary when the songwriters are fucking fed up with the writer for Frozen 2 not knowing who the voice calling Elsa is, and they're like, of course, a magical glacier! That's how I feel, right? Like, of course! Oh my god, she turned into water! How could I be so blind?
I should think that of anyone.
For goodness
Your friend
sake.
Minnie already knows this truth
Yeah,
very well.
do you, okay, how do you do the box trick then?
Are ultimately just illusions.
They didn't
and
turn her into
misdirection.
water, did they?
But Halsey's disappearance is very real.
Oh, for gosh.
We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment.
Now, why would you do
The
that?
truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to
What?
gather
You
all the
never
purple
turned
points
into
that don't
water?
make sense.
Like, I'm like, how did they jump to such
Since
a
Cal was the
conclusion?
deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him.
Okay.
But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
You guys should have done that earlier. That's the other thing I'm really frustrated about with this is like, they're like, oh, we should look at his belongings. I'm like, you didn't think to do that before you went to court? All of you are stupid.
People really do come up
It
with
makes
all
me a little
sorts of
frustrated.
harebrained schemes when at the end of the rope. The way I see
Like,
it,
you guys
your
should have done this
suggestion that we
before.
broaden the
Farina's
scope of our
right.
Investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the
Like, why
trial.
wouldn't you look at the personal effects of the dead person? Like, you
Nevertheless,
know.
I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence
Like,
may help us make
Nuvalet's
more
being
progress.
really nice right now. If I were in that position, I would have been like, well, you dumb fuck should have seen this coming and looked at his personal effects
Guards,
earlier.
please
What's
step
wrong
into the
with you
lounge and
guys?
examine the personal effects of the deceased cowl.
Why would you look for evidence in the belongings of an accident victim? Well, I mean, my thing is, though, David, is that they already thought it was murder, right? And so he could have, you know, like, he could have a card to a brothel in his wallet or something, like, for all we know. Like, he could have money, he could have an engagement ring, you know? Like, he could have had something that proves the motive of the other person anyway. Like, even if you don't think that, like, even if they don't think that Cowell did it, he could have had something that would have caused somebody else to want to kill him, you know? So I'm like, guys, like, really? You know? What do you mean you didn't look at his personal belongings?
But we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone
Like, what if
post-haste.
he had, like, a Fatui business card in it? Well, I guess they're part of the Fatui and we know that, but, like, he could have had, you know, anything in there. And, like, Hazley is from the brothel and she killed him. Like, I'm just making shit up, obviously, but I'm like, you know, he could have had a check that he was gonna cash in. He could have had his last will and testament that he needed his lawyer, like he was gonna go get his lawyer to sign.
We
I don't
discovered
know.
several test tubes of fluid within
What?
Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
Are you guys turning the women into water?
The
What is
notebook in his
going on
backpack
here?
claims that these fluids
No!
are water from the
What?
primordial sea.
Is that different than the primordial, like, bath water that, like, from the other quest? Is that different, or is this, Like,
The primordial
is that the Hydro Archon, or is that, like, something else?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal
Drugs!
drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Oh my god! Are people getting high off of the bathwater in Sumeru, or is the Primordial Sea, like, another
The
thing?
notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve
Oh my
appears
god!
9 times.
What in the world?
One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date.
Oh no!
It is empty.
Oh dear!
The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine.
Uh-oh!
It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of
Oh
test subject.
no! Exclusively on people from Fontaine. That is kind of contributing to my Oceanid theory right now.
As such, we believe that the defense's
Like the Little
hypothesis
Mermaid
is,
and she turns into sea
fact,
foam.
supported
And all of
by
the sea
sufficient
foam
evidence.
and all of that stuff.
You gotta be kidding. People dissolving into water?
Oh my god, well, hold on a second. It has to be special water though, right? Because here's my thing. I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. It can't be that, like, you just touch the water and you turn into, like, the ocean. Like, these people are clearly bathing. Well, wait a minute. Hold on a fucking moment, though. Wait a second. Didn't they say that all of the water all of the water in Fontaine is fresh water? So, like, what if these people, what if they did, like, okay, so I don't know of an ocean, like, I don't know if Inazuma, if even that's fresh water, but if someone from Fontaine went swimming in the sea, like in the ocean, would they turn into an oceanid? Would they turn into water and die? Like, they're saying the people are dissolving into water, right? Not that the water's dissolving them, or are they? Because the bottle's empty.
Could something so ridiculous actually
And
be
that's
true?
why, like, if the sea rises, that's why they're all gonna die. Because they'd all turn, like, if they touch the salt water, they're all gonna die?
This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but
Oh dear.
It's just a
Okay,
coincidence,
hold
isn't
on,
it?
guys. I really have to use the bathroom again, and, like, I need to lock the fuck in. Like, I can't be getting, like, distracted right now. So I will be right back. I'm gonna run another ad. It's been 2 hours anyway, so we might as well. Not the primordial bath water. Oh my god. If someone from Lake Michigan goes to Florida, they melt. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, the game is afoot. Hi, Vetigree. I stepped out for a second. I'm back now. I was like, guys, I really have to pee, but I gotta lock in. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm saying, right? Because if you think about it, you know, like, you'd think that you'd hear about such a thing if people were going places and turning into, you know, salt water. But, like, imagine, for example, you're a sea captain, right, of a boat. and you leave from Fontaine and you go to Inazuma and you fall in the water, right? Like, theoretically, people might just think that you drowned or something. Like, they're not gonna think you dissolved into water. They're gonna think that you died in the water. Do you know what I mean? But also, Primordial Sea, like, that could be something, like, that doesn't need to be, again, the Sumeru Pond. Like, that could be a sea that is, like, only around here somewhere, but, like, nobody's going to it because Fontaine's all, like, it could be, like, underground or something. Like, the Primordial Sea could be underground. Because they said, right, fresh water, we're surrounded by fresh water. So that seems almost on purpose, so people don't accidentally kill themselves. I don't know how the Traveler came to that conclusion either, to be honest. Unless Lynette explained how the trick worked. But Lynette also, like, she didn't disappear into water and then pop back up. Like, we just made that connection from Lynette's magic trick. We were like, disappearing in water. Oh, what if she actually disappeared in water? Unlike Lynette's vanishing act. Like, unless they're trying to say that Lynette turned into water and then came back. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that she did that. I think it was still a trick.
Huh. If people can become water,
oh my God.
Does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowl was targeting that girl...
But yeah, like, I know that the Traveler is thinking of Lynette's magic trick, but that's not how Lynette's actual magic trick would have been working. That just gave her the idea of, like, what if you could really disappear into water? And then she's just making shit
Just
up.
a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Oh my God, what if this is a trap? And there's gonna, like, water's gonna fall from the ceiling and we were all meant to die here in the Opera House.
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Oh my God, that'd be crazy if everybody just got, like, fucking blasted right now.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues
like,
are
imagine
indeed
the ceiling
authentic,
opened and then
albeit with the
everyone
understanding
just
that Miss
fucking
Halsey
died.
has yet to
That
be
would
found.
be literally crazy.
Guards,
Like, I
please
don't know why
continue
else
examining the items along these
oh my God,
lines.
Navia would be so
Mr.
panicked.
Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
That'd be nuts, though.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
That's crazy.
Right, like the metal hook. That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something
This
to
is
do with
crazy.
that
Like, the
water
fact that
from
they're
the
saying primordial to, like, this is just fucking nuts, you guys. Like, again, am I supposed to, can you guys just give me a yes or no? Am I supposed to be thinking that this primordial water is the Sumeru water, or is this some other water? Do you know what I mean? Just so I know. Like, because I don't want to be, like, did they call it the sea? I don't think they called it the sea when I did the quest. Did they? This is different water than the Sumeru water. Okay, yeah, because they say drank the primordial water, right? So primordial water isn't the same. Like, it might be, like, from the Hydro Archon, I don't know, but it sounds like primordial sea is not primordial water. But primordial being in the name is just suspicious on the fact that, like, the primordial one, you know what I mean? So the primordial sea, like, if it's the sea of the primordial one, if it's possible that this sea is a remnant of the light realm somehow, maybe it basically has light juice in it. So yeah, this is a separate thing from the Hydro Archon's bathwater, right? What was the context for that line? The primordial water, about the pool in Sumeru where the little guys are coming from. So they were saying drinking from the primordial water is how they, like, existed, I think. But yeah, like, it could be, like, they're distant ancestors of each other, but they're not saying that the little pool of water that all the little guys came from, their primordial water, the one that was, oh my God, in the Sumeru area, But yeah, water from the primordial sea, like, that's probably different. Okay, so it's this guy.
His name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
Okay, so we know that. The timing? The timing? Well, the countdown, right?
When that was in the magic box on stage, I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Control the timing? I mean, I guess, like, are they saying he used the water? Can I switch to another question? Because I would say that he used the water to dissolve her, right?
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered
Yeah,
the
the pool
magic
that the Pari came from, right? Yeah. So, like, it might be all related. Like, it might be, like, the sea is the Hydro Archon, but so is that little pool of water over there. Like, okay, yeah, the timing I'm a little bit confused about that, so.
The primordial sea should already have been. The water from the primordial
Where are you
sea
going?
should already have been prepped before Halsey.
I know, bestie. I'm trying to go to the last question.
Linny's assistant.
Do I have to do this one? Is that what it's doing? Oh, here we go. What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime? I think it's this one's the hook and then the other one's the rope.
Like the hook rope was not meant for another magic.
Yeah, okay, so that's fine. And then this one. Because, like, the fireworks, you could plan, you could time it, right? Wrong! What? Did they just say that this...
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick,
wait, okay. I guess it's the reverse then, because it said...
mechanism.
Am I going nuts? Hold on. Oops. Oh my god, I hate this stupid thing how it switches between the questions. I'm not trying to go to that one. I'm trying to go to that. Yeah, what culprit did, I guess to hide the mechanism, they're saying that they hid the rope. That was a little bit confusing.
The water
okay.
Was lit by the fireworks.
So this one is going here, I guess, and then the other one, the ropes for the other one.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not.
So this controlled the timing and then the rope hid what it actually... Oh, it's still the rope the problem. Oh, okay.
When that was in the magic box on stage,
I thought the timing of the fireworks, like, that would matter, because if the rope was slowly burning... but anyway, I'm thinking about this much harder than the game is, because I'm like, oh, yeah, the rope is burning. That would help with the timing if you knew how long it would take to burn, right? If you knew it would take a certain number of seconds, but anyway. I see. I see. But yeah, I'm kind of mad because I'm like, well, depending on how you explain anything, it could be any of these answers.
It's Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Okay.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
Oh, they're saying the balloon had the water in it.
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial sea
that's crazy.
Would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
Like, that's fucking nuts that you're saying all this.
Would
like,
enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
I see what they're saying. So they're basically saying that he would have dissolved Hazley in the box, and then it would have looked like, I guess she was crushed to death and there was nothing left of her or something. Like, you know what I mean? She was intended to be on the other side.
Huh. That does make sense.
But...
that actually links
wouldn't they know, like, when they didn't find a body? But, like, we need some proof that this water can dissolve people. Like, that's a crazy thing to say.
Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
But that's a problem. Like, can we turn people back if we dissolve them? Because, like, testing that would be kind of fucked up.
It seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death.
Well, I'm assuming what happened is that Hasley, like, fought back and she just stuffed him in there,
His
like...
notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they
Oh my
uncovered
God.
new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Now we're back to planting it on Linny!
What?
That's crazy.
That can't be.
Oh, no.
I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only
Yeah,
to
was
come
Cowell
back
expecting
and
no one
wound
would be
you.
suspicious about the lack of remains of a crushed girl? That's what I'm saying,
Does
like...
this not clear all doubt?
Also, what motivation would he still have from dissolving her? That's what I'm a little confused about. Like, even if it was just about an experiment, couldn't you just, you know, walk by and throw it on her? Like, there must be some end product, right? Or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't need to do this at the magic show. You could have just run up on anyone and just dissolved them. You know what I mean?
My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance
Well,
to a
clearly
swift
then
close.
somebody planted it on Linny, like that isn't involved in this situation, like that hasn't been involved in this whole situation. Oh, we're fucked.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the
I love
vent.
how Farina's agreeing now that water can dissolve people.
Having
Like,
made
what, like,
modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish.
like, I love how she's like, yeah,
primordial
sure.
sea.
Like, bestie, you're, like, do you know that it can do that for a
Upon
fact
his
or what?
return and cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and
That's
prepared
so
to
funny.
do away with his partner in crime.
Like, this is crazy.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui
Nouvelette
is
did
quite
say
the
assume that's true.
cold-blooded
That's
and ruthless
that's true, but like
organization.
assuming that's true, you guys have bigger problems than whatever's
Am I
happening
right,
here. Like,
Mr. Linny?
all of you can dissolve into
We used up
water.
all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
Oh, we're fucked.
Is this the end of the road?
Is it? You know what we should do? We should throw Child under the bus right now. That sounds like a great idea.
It doesn't look like there's any way around it.
We should just be like, we know who did it. His accomplice was Child of the Fatui, who conveniently gave away his hydrovision to us, and we have it right here.
Since using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
Damn, are we gonna get like a game over and have to
think
try
we've
all
all
this
seen
again?
Enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Uh-oh.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view...
Look at Nouvelette's face. He's like, guys.
Excuse me, everyone, but I
Wait,
must
so
interject.
did she just leave?
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared.
What?
In the flesh, right before
What
your
are you
very
talking
eyes.
about?
Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What?
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that
What are you talking about?
Magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion.
What? I have... What?
Once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again?
Oh, see, they were doing something with the box. See, I was like, what if she is still in the box,
Such
man?
a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
I don't know where this is going. This is so crazy.
As the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I
like,
should
Linny
leave the
has
final
no
performance
clue
to
what's
you.
happening, and neither do I.
I understand.
Like, no, I don't understand. That what, they found her and they stuck her in the box?
And voila.
Okay. What the fuck? What do you mean?
Sorry for the interruption.
What do you mean? What?
Wait, isn't that Halsey?
Wait!
So the whole thing about people dissolving
What?
wasn't true after
What
all?
was the point of all this then? See, okay guys, hold on. Back in my other stream, do you remember how I said, like, what if this is all a trap to show that Farina is kind of a false Archon? Right? That this was all, like, premeditated. Cowl dying, though, that still kind of doesn't make sense. Like, that there was an actual dead person involved. That part trips me up a little bit in terms of thinking that, but I'm like, what if this was just to prove that Farina is full of shit and she doesn't have any special prophecy powers or foresight or anything like that, you know, like...
To be clear,
What is
I'm only here
happening?
because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
Okay.
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that's what I was trying to say earlier!
I admit it.
Bestie!
What?
Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to say before!
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Wait a minute! She's from Mondstadt, so it wouldn't have worked on her. So he would have threw the water on her. She would have been like, what the fuck are you doing to me? Right? So they probably had the altercation. She's from Mondstadt, so it didn't work. So she did it, but maybe the dissolving in a water thing is still true. It just didn't work on her.
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
Yeah, it's the fucking
That's how I make a living.
pickpocket!
I steal stuff here and there.
Oh my
and
god!
I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago. And
Yeah.
I barely got away.
I knew
Linny
it!
was the one
So
who
this
caught
is,
me in the
yeah,
act.
exactly! So this is how it's all connecting! Oh my god. Yeah, you guys are stupid! You're stupid! That's a frustrating part when, like, you're ahead of the game in that way. Like, yeah, you guys are stupid!
You mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Oh, for
Well,
goodness
and I
sakes.
thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me.
Right, so they were trying to choose the real
He
Hazley,
even mentioned the
thinking that
Fortress
she
of
was from
Meripede.
Fontaine.
That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was.
I don't know who
thought
he
was
is,
onto me
though.
for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
Oh dear.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box.
See, that's what
containing
I was
performance
like. He was in
costumes.
the like. She
I
was
slipped
still
out
here
after the first guard
somewhere.
arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
A professional thief could make
But
it
I
work.
swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it.
Well,
Had
it
I
sounds
known
like
that,
the cowl
I
just
wouldn't
got
have put him in the
karma
magic
then.
Box.
Like,
I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
that doesn't sound like it's her fault. Like, he killed himself.
Pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I guess that's it. Oh, man. But see, that's why, like, earlier when I was like, what do you mean that she's not the answer? What do you mean that it's Cowl? Like, it's her clothes on the ground, but
this time,
it just
we
took
need to
us
tell the
a while to
entire story
get there.
from Lillian's perspective.
Okay. We can do it, guys. This has been fun, though. Like, the twists and turns of it all, like, that is fun. Okay, Linny entered the tunnel. Okay. She didn't get dissolved. She's fine. Like, she's okay. I guess, well, can we refute that she dissolved now with her presence? Like, she's alive, bestie. Okay, that confuses me a little bit. So she's saying that she socked him. Right, so, okay, the thump was her killing him? Oh.
Seems this won't produce
or socking him, I should say. That's, yeah, I'm confused again, guys. Like, I'm just confused again. Because I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. We're supposed to be refuting the fact that Linny was the one that did it. Shouldn't there be one of just her? Like, shouldn't there be one of her to use? Like, using the clothes doesn't make sense for that. Linny knocked Cowell out. Well, it wasn't. It was her. What? I'm so confused, guys. Hold on. Like, okay, we're saying that we have to tell it from her perspective. But Linny wasn't, like, Linny being in the tunnel, like, that still happened. But she didn't dissolve, though. How would Haley have reacted? She would have hit him hard. Okay, so that's what it is. It's the question that, okay.
It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
A fight did break out in the tunnel. And that's the vase? Okay.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell.
I wish that they just had one of her instead of the, oh, there was a strange noise. Like, she said that she socked him. Shouldn't her testimony be one of these things? Okay, what did she do? She changed her clothes and then she hid in the thing.
Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left. So she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time!
Yay! Yeah. I see now, okay.
Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked.
But yeah, I think that, like, the way that they did this was kind of backwards because the question it's really asking is the thing that's highlighted in blue, not the actual scenario, and that's what makes it confusing. But now that I see, like, what they're trying to do, I guess that makes more sense.
So she kicks the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann...
Yeah, so she was like, what the fuck did you do to me, man?
Did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea...
Oh, okay. That was like a random assumption that, like, you did not explain.
The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lily-Ann came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid.
I will say that this isn't exactly what I was thinking. Because when she was a thief, she was wearing very similar clothes to Linny. So I thought it was like that she was gonna be part of their gang, but if she's from Mondstadt, I guess not. So a little bit right, but mostly like I didn't see this exact thing coming. So that's still fun, that there was still a surprise.
That she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the
She was dressed in matching colors, Vettigre. She had like a blackened
desperately hungry by the time
red
we were
thing going
over
on.
macarons. So,
oh!
two of them right under our noses.
Damn! Wait a minute. So they're saying that she ate the macarons? Oh, that's what Navia... Oh, that's what she realized. That's crazy. And so Paimon didn't actually do... That's such a weird thing, though, because it's like... I will say, I guess none of them saw it, but I do wish that there was something in the cutscene POV to at least allude to that being the case, like even if we had seen a shadow or something, because with Alhaitham and him swiping the crystal, they showed that on camera, whereas with this, I don't think that they did that. So what I'm annoyed about, if I have any beef with the Fontaine quest, it's that so far they aren't setting up their twist properly, right? Like in any other mystery game or like a show or something, right? Stuff like, for example, Linny and Lynette swapping, they would have done it so you'd be able to see that, right? Like, you would have Lynette's character model dressed up as Linny. Or, like, with the swiping thing, you would have been able to, like, there would have been a clue in the actual, like, camera work or something like that, right? Like Alhaitham, like, you can see him if you look close enough that he takes the crystal. So that's the only thing annoying about this so far for me, is I feel like that, you know, as someone who really likes mystery games and like mysteries and stuff like that, I feel like that's the only annoying part, is they're prioritizing the shock value of these things instead of letting the player be able to figure it out for themselves. And so I'm a little bit like, really? Okay, well, there was no way for us to figure that out, and that's not a very good mystery, you know? Like, if we had checked his personal effects and we saw the water, but we didn't, like, understand what the water was used for and, like, all that stuff, like, that would have been at least something, but it's just weird. Like, it's just kind of strange. If the Traveler didn't notice, you didn't either. But did we notice that Alhaitham stole the crystal? Because I thought that got revealed to us later, but, like, we still saw it. So that's just sort of the weird thing, is, like, the game decides to, like, pick and choose when the camera is, like, it's omniscient, right? When the camera's, like, omniscient. Yeah. It's omniscient, right? Not omnipresent.
At this point, all the events that happen.
But yeah, I guess it's trying to say that, like, well, it's our limited perspective, because now we're acting as a detective. But then in the cutscene with Nevia, we weren't being the detective anymore. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I wish there was, like, a subtle hint. Like, even other things, they have it like, oh, you're being watched. Like, in the, you know, in Sumeru, they did that with, like, there were a lot of tree camera angles, like Nahida is listening, you know? Like, I don't care how good of a thief you are, there's no way that you stole two things and nobody realized anything. Like, somebody would have seen something out of the corner of their eye, I guess.
So that's the whole story.
But yeah, I don't like the idea that, like, oh, we're preserving the twist so hard that we're not giving a chance for people to figure it out, you know? So that's my one, like, beef with this whole, like, it's... Somebody made this a mystery, but they, like, they haven't played any mystery games. This isn't how a mystery game is supposed to be. You know? We did realize, we noticed they were gone,
then,
but we didn't,
Lady
like, that's
Farina,
not the same, though, as what I'm talking about,
the
Pedigree.
defense's statements?
If there were, like, a trail of crumbs or something, at least, like, that would have helped. Oh, Farina.
Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments.
Oh dear!
I admit defeat.
Yeah, like the Alhaitham cutscene, like that was so good.
Have left
like,
me
so
with
I'm a
some
little
dignity.
sad.
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full the actual perpetrator of
I
the
didn't mean to do that. Hold on, let's listen.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat
Inappropriate from the
of
audience to applaud when there's still a dead person that died earlier, but he kind of deserved it though, so like, should I care? But yeah, like even a good thief pedigree, like I'm imagining like if you saw crumbs or something, because that wouldn't instantly, I know what David's saying, right? They want you to be like, oh, that's how they disappeared. Like it's all coming together, like the macrons were connected all along. But like if they had like crumbs on the floor or something, or like crumbs even on the plate to show that they had like been swiped or something like that, even something like that would have helped. Like the fact her being a good thief doesn't mean that there's no evidence. There should have been at least crumbs, right? Macrons are not very stable. There should have been little cookie crumbs.
The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine.
That's
and thus
crazy.
fled the box
Like,
with
this
a loud
Lillian
noise.
was not from Fontaine. That's nuts.
Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final
you know
victim. Lillian, according to her
It
own
do be
statements,
like that
then
sometimes.
changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house.
Yeah, he was snooping around
thus
and no one
ignorant
seems
of
to
these
care
happenings.
about all
From
that.
this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that
Yay!
Linny, the accused, is
Yeah,
in
what
fact
about him messing with the
innocent.
orifice, though? Or, not the orifice, that's something different.
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately,
Orifice? I don't remember
this
what it's
case
called
at
anymore.
least
It's been so
can
long.
be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final
Oratrice.
decision.
Yeah. Yeah, there were 3 crimes in progress at the same time. Linny was breaking and entering. The girl was, stole the ticket. And then, oh, well, that's fun. And then the dissolving thing.
As such, Linny and Lynette
Yay!
are officially declared
Good
not
job,
guilty.
everybody. Well,
great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
I understand what you're saying. On the other end, as someone who enjoys watching reactions, I'm glad you're still bamboozled from time to time, as you are sometimes a little too smart for Genshin, I feel. You know what? I'll take that. You know, you flattered me, like, sufficiently that I'll be like, okay. Let's not celebrate just yet. You were breaking and entering. She accidentally killed
Next,
someone.
I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
You planted it, you little shit.
Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or
Oh, I love how
was
Karina's now
not a
grilling this
discovery,
guy.
But false evidence that you dared
Damn,
to bring
this is
before
crazy.
this court.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not
Oh,
Linny,
no!
but you, yes?
That's crazy! Damn police corruption! Oh no!
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Uh-oh.
Speak quickly, unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
What does that mean?
I
Coupon
was just
Town,
following
what?
orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the
Higher-ups?
best opportunity to do so.
From who?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said
Oh,
higher
the
ups,
prison? Coupon
Therefore,
Town? That's a
you would
weird
be
way
wise
to
to
put
tell
it, though.
everything you know and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
Like, who's behind this?
Our
Like,
boss
the
discovered
abyss?
that the water can cause people
People?
to dissolve.
Oh,
It can
well.
also be made into a potion, which, when extremely diluted,
Uh-oh,
can cause
that's not
people to
good.
experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent morale.
Okay, well, wait a second. Hold
The
on.
disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Okay, shut up. Okay, be quiet for a second. So, if the water is diluted enough... Okay, hold on. When they're saying can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration, are they talking about people from Fontaine? Or are they talking about, like, any old bitch, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a little confused by that. You know, how we go from fully dissolving to being high, basically. Unless, like, the people of Fontaine will always dissolve, and other people will get high. You know, dang, it's 4:30, not 4:20. But, okay, we have a potion anyway. I'm just wondering how that plays into the idea that maybe this is light realm energy or something, like, right? Like, we know that because of the Chasm quest, that stuff like the Celestia Nail can make people, you know, lethargic and stuff. So maybe there is, like, a scenario here where just a little bit of light energy makes you hallucinate, and it just so happens to bring exhilaration instead of pain, you know? But yeah, that's a little bit like, I'm like, well, hold on. Like, is it the people of Fontaine you're selling this to, or is it just everybody else? Like, oh, man, this man had, like, a kill switch. That's crazy. Uh-oh, he turned into water. Oh, no, now there's another crime.
I can no longer talk.
That's crazy. Someone put a kill switch in this man. Oh, no.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Oh my god!
An outrageous act.
They killed him right in the
All
courtroom!
present, please submit to inspection immediately.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he must have just had him on him, like, a little, like, and it bursts, you know? Like, I'm assuming it was probably, like, literally, like, he had a necklace or a pin or something, like, from the mafia boss, and they clicked a button and it exploded. Okay, so wait a minute, people do actually turn into water? Like, unless that was another trick and he went through a trap door or something. Like, you know what I mean? Unless that was another trick to get him away. But, like, we're not needed here anymore? I would say that's not true.
But...
Like, what do you mean you're not
Traveler,
needed?
Paimon, please wait.
Put that stuff into a water gun? Yeah, I know. Like, this could cause so many problems.
Linny.
Oh, Linny, you fucking lied and
I know
we're
you
still
may not want
mad.
to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just didn't want to see anyone be falsely accused.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
Okay.
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time.
I
As
do.
for
What
why
does
I'm a
bother
Fatus,
me?
It's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like
What
me.
does bother me, though, is that, like, we're completely chill and friendly with Child, even though Child, like, tried to fucking kill us one time, and she's like, I can't believe you're part of the Fatui. And I'm like, bestie, like, you're best friends with the Fatui. Still, you know? Like, it's...
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave,
Otis,
approached recruiting us back then, too.
Time to go to Natlin. Yeah, I know. We're all done here. Otis? Okay, yeah, so this is Arlecchino that they're talking about, but...
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
She's your father is such a funny sentence.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering...
Sure,
would you mind hearing a story?
More like a working
It's about my
relationship?
past.
I mean, I guess, but we
Back
were
when our
pretty
parents
friendly
first
when we
died,
saw him in the
Lynette
square.
and I were left wandering the streets.
Okay.
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner.
Oh my god.
Where we began to perform magic tricks there.
You're stealing this
To my
guy's turf. He's gonna
surprise,
beat you
we
up.
proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But
Yeah, she was
didn't want
chatting
my
all friendly with
sister to remain a
child,
street
but a
rat
few
together
lies
with
from an
me
orphan
forever.
is too much. Like, that's what
Before
I'm
long,
saying.
an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
Uh-oh.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
No, it was clearly a
That was how we
scam,
felt
right?
at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks.
Uh-oh.
He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
Paimon, that's not nice! He's gonna lead up to why it was bad. Like,
Took a
he was
while
just
for me to
using
realize
him.
just how
That's
dark
not
his heart
nice.
really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts.
Okay.
The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most
Oh,
eminent person
no!
at the banquet, so I sent her over as
Jesus!
a gift.
Oh, is this
I mean,
what
you'll
you
be able to
guys
perform your magic regardless of who your
were
assistant
saying when
is,
I was
yes?
like, last stream when I was like, human trafficking is too dark for Genshin Impact? That's fucked up, man. I didn't think that that's where they would be going at all. Jesus.
Oh no. So he was gonna...
Oh dear.
But wouldn't Fontaine's lies
Oh,
deal with such
Paimon,
people?
that's pretty optimistic.
As far
like,
as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the
oh
eye of the law.
dear. So what happened after that?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
Okay, sure.
And the nave
You go,
standing there in
Arlecchino.
darkness.
Yeah.
So, she'd already taken care of
That's
that guy.
right.
That's right.
Oh,
She had
that's
rescued my
right.
sister before she could come to any harm.
Oh, that's good.
And had
Oh
even
my
discovered
god.
several girls
Oh
hidden in
my
the basement,
god.
all of
What
them
the?
orphans.
Oh boy. What is happening
I mean,
in
the
Fontaine?
knave might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you.
Interesting.
Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I had just
she
been
killed
betrayed by
somebody for
nobles.
you though, so I
But
guess
she
it's
was
all, it all
also
evens
quick to
out.
destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us
Right.
back our freedom.
That's so interesting. Go Arlecchino.
So that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
That's all in the past, though. The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she? That's a bit presumptuous, Lumine, considering that child's running around. He could be after the Gnosis,
She
too.
has her own plans.
Oh, dear.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it.
Okay.
She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and
interesting.
save Fontaine.
Like, how is that gonna work?
She believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Okay.
Today's case
But
has
what's-
also proven that
I don't
people
know,
from
but what's in
Fontaine
it for
can indeed
Arlecchino,
dissolve into
though?
some sort of water,
You know,
thus further
like
supporting
what?
the prophecy.
I feel like that this probably goes back to what I talked about earlier, like this idea that Arlecchino is going to blackmail Farina, like, hey, give me the Gnosis and I'll fix your problems, like that sort of thing. I guess, because I'm like, well, what does Arlecchino care if all of Fontaine, like, you know, falls because of the prophecy? Like, I feel like that she would just use that to get the Gnosis from Farina,
Everyone
you know?
at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine.
Okay, sure.
And we will always
I guess it could
defend
be
our
that too.
homeland.
Like, I wasn't thinking
To
about
us
all that.
orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family,
Okay,
is our homeland.
sure. All right, well.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you.
Interesting.
I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me.
Damn, I like how she said
I will do my
goodbye
best to
because I
help
feel like
you.
she's like, yeah, whatever.
plain
I don't want to see you. Bye. Like she's still pissed.
Bye, Linny.
Are they still back there? Oh, they're gone. I wanna go look at the Oratress. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Like, I assume that things like that happen in Genshin, right? The same way that I assume that it happens in Ruby. It's just that, like, Ruby never talks about that sort of stuff, right? Openly. It's something that you have to, like, read into, you know? All right, this isn't doing anything right now. That's too bad. So yeah, I didn't know that they would so forwardly sort of state it, I guess. You know? Like, that's what I'm more surprised by. Because that's the sort of thing that you'd, like, maybe hear about, like, in a book or something. Like, that they wouldn't say that in a cutscene, you know?
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Oh, well, I mean, thanks for your help.
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to help you. I'm busy.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
I wasn't necessarily looking into the serial disappearances case.
Are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new
It's so
evidence
echoey
from
in
the
here,
trial,
too.
there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Well, now, like, the police is involved, so I feel like that we should be looking at, like, who the head of the police is, you know?
I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you.
Yeah, the travelers become a
You
little,
are just travelers
like,
who have only
jaded.
arrived in Fontaine,
You know,
after
she's
all.
like, I don't want to solve your problems. I
Sorry.
spent a whole,
I
like,
might have
all
been
of
too
Sumeru
presumptuous.
doing that.
Don't say that, Navia.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you,
But,
too.
like, at this point, it's not about, like, you know, it's not about, what am I trying to say? Like, it's not about finding our brother. We know that Farina didn't kill our brother at the, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen her, we know it's not her. Like, I don't know if we have that many questions for her, really. Like, our brother wanted us to go on the journey, so are we not rejecting the journey if we're not participating?
It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire.
Oh, that's
to
so
spring forth,
sweet.
and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Well, sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia.
But yeah, she's
Don't
straight
mind
up
me.
like, anyways.
Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Yeah,
To
we should.
commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Captain Chevrouse reporting. She's not in the quest, unfortunately. Oh, is that like the captain of the guard you guys are saying? I'm thinking of like, though, like not necessarily like the captain of the police, but more so like, I don't know, like a commissioner of sorts. Like, if they're, I know that New Valette is chief justice, but like, man of the prison system, like whatever that is, you know?
I just like to have a proper ending to every important memory.
Like, people
way
that
there
are
are
in
no
charge of the
regrets
police
later.
and the prisons and like kind of that side
Anyway,
of stuff.
It would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
But I kind of feel like it has to be like a nobleman at this point, because we threw the rich, like, you know, we exposed the rich, I should say, in with the Linny story, so.
Have to twist PAIMON,
Wormsley?
If Boss
Well,
knows
isn't Wormsley just a cop, though?
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it
He
just
runs
in
the
time for
prison?
dinner.
Oh, okay.
Alright then, let's have
Well, I'm saying, like, if there's someone above Wormsley. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're finished? Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't mean, like, even if someone's running the prison, like, there's always someone else, you know? Okay, so now we have to go to the hotel. But yeah, I feel like if the cops are involved, like the captain of the guard, like it would be like I don't know, like I said, like someone who's like their whole job is like, I'm thinking of someone who's in like an office basically, like almost like a politician, like someone in almost like a position of like they don't actually go out and do anything themselves, you know? Like like almost like a senator or something, but just crime specific. Does the Easter egg with the fountain work now? I don't know. You guys wanted me to turn all the music off, right? Okay, it's on 8. Let's remember that. No post-act 2. Okay, never mind. Fontaine does have a lot of office worker NPCs, that's funny. But yeah, obviously, like, I don't know the Fontaine people yet, so, like, I can't point a finger at any particular person, but I would say that, like, the person in charge of all this and the boss and, oh my god, there's people dancing over here? That's cool. What are they doing? Oh, you're testing out your little guys? That's so fun. I don't know, am I? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing over here? Try it? What does that mean? Tell me about it. What would I like to know? I don't know. Why do they, combat skills? What's the story? Okay. Just like how Copulus was defeated in a war against temptation, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and was thus punished, or how Copula was so in love with him she nearly died from grief. Or how to save the imprisoned Copulus, Copula would set out on a journey. Or no matter how things go, the drama should end in a lover's dance. Well, actually, that was just me making some stories up. Oh, you don't know anything. Their function's more important than their story? You're stupid. I am interested in the story. Come back. Do I need to fight them first and then you'll tell me the truth? Mr. Bouzette. Okay, personal interest? Okay, they have combat abilities. Okay, so maybe we have to fight them? Oh, he left the Institute. Okay, yeah, so... Maybe... Maybe we're gonna fight like these guys? Hello? Oh, this is where the song comes from. I always use this song in my videos. That's fun. It's just this random ass, like, combat challenge, though. Like, what's the, like, is this not connected to anything? Okay, what combat capabilities do they have, buddy? Because they're not doing a lot right at this second. I guess they have ice. They're bosses for, oh, ascension material. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. This is cool, though. Look at them dancing. Actually, guys, well, wait a minute. Could this be connected to the Tsaritsa? Because, like, think about it. It's a woman who, like, she was in love and she, like, this man was, I don't know, they said what? That he was tempted or something?
How brilliant! Oz, reveal thyself.
Like, I wonder if, like, the idea here is that this is the Tsaritsa and the love that she lost or something, you know?
I summon thee!
Like, that's what the story's about. Whee! Are you guys done? Are you good? Oh no! Fan assumptions. Yeah. I'm not saying that that's necessarily... That, like, we're assuming all that about the Tsaritsa, right? That, like, she was in love with somebody and she lost her lover and, like, all of that sort of, you know, all that stuff. all that fun stuff. Do I want to do the other one? I mean, why not, right? I hope that he tells me the story, like, after I do this. Also, I probably should have switched to Barbara. But yeah, that's a headcanon that we've come up with in, like, another stream, right? That, like, she lost the person she loved in the Archon War, or in the Conria, like when Conria happened.
Let my name echo in song.
And so, like, her journey to save her imprisoned lover, like, that's sort of an interesting thing. Like, maybe, like, you know, he could be imprisoned by Celestia, right? Like, who knows? Maybe. Yeah, it's just, the fact that they're both using ice, I find very suspicious, right? Oh, D-Luke fucking died. Yeah, I don't have my heals. I gotta be careful. Oh, did he die? Is he dead? Whee! I wonder what these things would say. Tiara of Frost. One's using Animo? That's okay. Oh, well, see, that's interesting. Animo people, they always lose somebody. But one of them has ice. Sussy, sussy. Where is it? Let me look. Because I'm pretty sure this is probably where we're gonna end today, guys. I know I only streamed for 3 hours, so technically we could probably do something else, but I may just decide to wrap it up and have an early night off. What's going on over here? Where am I trying to find this stuff? Oh. Details? Do you have stories, bestie? Hi. In the days before the Berserker descended into madness, he would sometimes pause in the Rose Garden for a moment to himself. He never had a family nor a lover or friend. When he was not on the battlefield, he would come here to tend to fragile flowers in the garden with all his heart. As if the crimson flowers buried in the forms were the only warmth he could cling to. Interesting. The end inevitably comes for us all, even the seemingly invincible Berserker. The blood on his hands finally dried up and the Berserker's footsteps began to falter. His life was destined to end the moment he met his last challenger on the battlefield. On the battlefield where blood flowed like rivers, his hourglass was painted red by the setting sun. Oh, you guys are saying that this is like sometimes it doesn't just fall from this guy. Well, what about this is still interesting though. Oh, he even challenged the gods. Okay, sure. His iron mask could not conceal his rage. That's crazy. The Berserker sucked out the marrow of the monster's broken horn. That's not good, bestie. That's not good. I don't like this. Okay, this is what I was really curious about. More so the tiara. Because it says Frost Tiara, right? They say that the line of chief priests has always seen the same sight as their days draw to an end. A mountain of crowns in a secret place beneath a withered tree, each one hiding a lifetime of secrets kept. Each retiring priest offers up their crown of flawless white branches. Wait, a flawless white branches to this world. Every mighty and ancient city and every place of sacrifice must return to the profundity in the earth. All prosperity must end, but this does not mean that nothing is eternal. At the end of the cycle, the earth shall be renewed. Thus, eternity is cyclical. The search for the truth is a product of prosperity, and not the seed that plants it. They say, once upon a time, the people of the land could hear revelations from Celestia directly. The envoys of the gods walked yeah, humanity then. In those days, life was weak and earth was blanketed in unending ice. Interesting. The cycles. Oh, you guys are saying that they're not related to the bosses. That's still interesting, though. Like, that's still kind of fun, right? Like, it kind of, you know, I would have to read all of the tiaras, I guess, if you guys are saying that there's, like, there's a multiple of them. But it almost sounds like their memories were stored in the circlet. And also, like, those kind of look like ley line branches, you know? So, yeah, it's just interesting. But, yeah, it's too bad it's not related to those particular bosses. But... The flower and all of that, so like all of that, you know, I'm still thinking, oh, there's a tiara of thunder too. So you guys are saying there's 4 of these? Artifacts are objects born from memories? Oh, I didn't realize. No, I don't know if that was ever oh boy, no. Sorry, bestie. I don't know if that was ever explained. Oh! The envoys of the gods would walk among them. Oh, okay, so this is continuing that. People enjoyed untold wisdom. That wisdom was their boon, their prosperity, brought pride and ambition, and the mind to question. So they questioned, oh no! Oh no! They questioned the gods' authority and schemed to enter the garden of the gods. And even though they had promised to the people divine love, prosperity, and wisdom, the envoys of heaven were angry. Oh no! For to question eternity was forbidden, for the earth to challenge this, oh no! Who wore the white branch crown went forth to appease the divine envoys. Oh, seeking hidden wisdom of the silver tree in the ancient like, yeah, this is reminding me of that story about the tree, right? That's in Before Sun and Moon. That's so interesting though, because they're talking about the Seelies then, right? Like the angels. Like, this is crazy. So basically, like, people enjoyed wisdom, and because they enjoyed wisdom, they started to have questions, and they schemed to enter the garden of the gods. Damn, that's nuts. Yeah, so this must be connected to the Seelie punishment then, right? You guys said there's 4 of them? Whee! If I were a different tiara, where would I be? I don't know. Tiara of Frost. Okay, we read that one. Thunder. That I don't think is related. Okay, these are the ones we just got, but they're all Frost. Those might be the only ones you have? Sad. Yeah, I don't think that this is related. Like, that seems like something else. No. There's a much better way to read this info in the archive, but, well, I mean, but I wouldn't have looked in the archive because I didn't even know what I was looking for. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have gone in there. Is it equipment? Is that where it is? Like, I only came to look in here because I just got the things, you know? Uh-oh. Oh, here they are. Okay. They say that once upon a time, the people of the land could hear revelations from the heavens directly. This is the same one. No, it's not. It's different. It was a prosperous time, a period of bountiful harvest. Then the earth was blessed and ruled by heaven, and the elements' flows were smooth and well ordered. 100 years of bounty were written in the stars, and none could change this divine law. But what of the time after 100, 1,000 years from now? Would they have famine where they had plenty, poverty where they were riches? Would their altars and palaces become one with the soil? The heavenly envoys who ever spoke of what they knew were silent. So, to understand this doom, the chief priest, head crowned with white branches, would delve into the deepest places of the world. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that they were like, what's gonna happen after the 100 years of peace or whatever that they talk about in Sun and Moon is over? Like, are we gonna have problems? Because, you know, you can't get something for nothing. You can't have bountiful harvest and then just have that forever. Like, there has to be a time of bad periods, right? So Destiny, Wisdom, Springtime. Like, that's kind of interesting, too, that there's only 4 of them, because you think if they were elemental related, there would be, like, 7, you know? But, like, maybe these are supposed to represent the shades, or maybe these are the tiaras of, like, they could be, maybe there were 4 angels, and, like, maybe the Wisdom one is supposed to be, like... Well, see, there's one for springtime, right? But this is Tiara of Frost, so that's a little confusing. Like, I'm thinking, like, maybe it was, like, you know, the Goddess of Flowers was one, and then there were 3 other ones, basically, you know? It was a time of great prosperity when all was left in the hands of such heavenly revelations. The envoys of heaven said that the world would enter a new and brighter age. This was predestined and that future was immutable, but would there be a day where such wonderful times might come to an end? And they gave no answer. So they wanted him to go down there. Not good. To Adulian ruins and long buried altars of sacrifice? Okay. Well, there's no ending to this story. It doesn't seem like this story was over. Like, you know what I mean? Seeking the hidden wisdom of the silver tree in the ancient capital. Yeah, that just reminds me about, like... Gonna go look at sun and moon again. Whee! Aduvalin means prior to the flood? Yeah, when the Eternal Throne... Okay, the world was made anew. Then... the Primordial one... Okay, yeah. 40 years after held branches, 40 winters entomb the flames, 40 summers turn the seas. Okay. 400 years the mountains. Okay, this is... I think the Year of Jubilee is what they were talking about, right? You know what's strange, though? About that? Like, if you guys are saying that that means prior to the flood, does that mean that what he was looking at was prior to when the dove held branches? Like, are they saying, like, the rituals before humanity was even created? Like, is that what they're talking about? You know what I mean? Because I'm assuming the arc is the 100 years, but when they're saying, like, oh, it was a time before the flood and whatever, like, when they were saying, like, oh, it was this ancient, you know... Damn, I wish I could have these things open at the same time, but we can't have everything we want. Let me go back. Yeah, to the flood ruins and long buried altars. So, it sounds like what they found was, like, the Dragon Society, right? Because if they're saying, like, these are the ruins from the flood and long buried altars of sacrifice, it sounds like they're like, oh, hey, there were these people before us that were here. Not people like humans, but like, you know, dragons or whatever. Like, it sounds like that they found out that the primordial one may have wiped out another race of people. The arc isn't the measure of time, it's a boat. I know that, but I'm saying, like, they had measurements of time previous to that. They were like 100, 400, right? So I'm saying that it sounds like that these were the ruins that were created after the primordial one cleared, like cleared the place. When he ran out, the dragon sovereigns out, right? Yeah, because if they're saying, like, the world was made anew, right? And when the dove held branches and everything, right? And did battle against the dragon sovereigns. It kind of sounds like that when they made the mountains and the rivers and all that stuff, the remnants of what the dragon sovereign society would have worshipped or whatnot, like, that's what ended up underground. You know what I mean? But yeah, everything was fine, and then the second who, apparently, and then the second who came, which is interesting, because this person, like, the writer of Sun and Moon, seems to be blaming, seems to be blaming, almost the funeral, the second who came being responsible for, like, the darkness and the war and all of that stuff. But the path to temptation had already been sealed. You guys can't see me. I'm moving my stick. Like, isn't the path to temptation, well, I guess he wouldn't know that, right? So he didn't know why. But, like, the second who came thing is interesting because I see the Year of Jubilation ending because of what happened with the Seelies, right? Like, that's who they're talking about with the envoys of heaven. They're talking about the angels. So it sounds like what happened is, like, you know, they were worried that one day all of this would end. The envoys had future sight, right? So they knew that it would end too, so they couldn't answer, right? They couldn't lie, but they also couldn't, like, tell them, like, bestie, you guys are screwed very soon, right? So that almost led to a paradox where this priest was like, well, if you're not gonna tell me, I'm gonna go find answers, and then he found the ruins. But the ruins that it seems like he's talking about is whatever happened, like, you know, the Dragon Society. So I don't know what he would have found out, but I guess they found out, like, hey, you know, the Primordial One, yeah, he did all this, but, like, it's all man-made, bestie. Like, Celestia's hoarding the energy or whatever. Like, if we go up there and get the power the Primordial One has, we could be gods. You know, like, I'm assuming something like that happened where they found out, like, yes, the Primordial One created them, but also there were people here before, which calls into question, like, how powerful the Primordial One really is. Because he's not like God, like Jesus God, you know, or, like, Christian God. He's kind of like on a Greek god power level, right? He's not the god of everything. There were already people here and they were living, they were doing something, right? And then he killed them all, like the Dragon Sovereigns. It kind of sounds like they found out about the Dragon Sovereign Society and then they were like, let's go fight Celestia. And then Celestia was like, what the fuck? This is your fault, like with the Seelies. But we also know from the angel story that, like, one of the angels, like, fell in love with the humans and rebelled. And so maybe one of the angels was kind of in on it too. And they were like, well, listen, you're gonna fuck around and find out. Like, maybe one of the angels also wanted to, dethrone Celestia. But I feel like the second who came thing, that's not, I don't think that's connected to why the Seelies turned into, unless the Seelie fell in love with the second who came, and then that's kind of how it all ties into, but I feel like that these are different incidents. I feel like Celestia got mad at the Seelies, or the angels, because the angels, first of all, let the humans think too much, right? And then one of the angels, like, betrayed them openly. Somehow everything goes back to Sun and Moon. That's true. One of you guys said something earlier. Should I say what Arnold came up with about the story structure? Yeah, sure. Go for it. I'm assuming you mean the structure from the tiaras, right? But yeah, like, this kind of plays into what I always assumed, was that there were envoys in charge of certain things, right? Like, that they're, you know, that they were kind of extensions of the Shades. But, like, the goddess of flowers is connected to the life or creation shade, etc., etc., etc. Like, so that kind of plays into what I was thinking. If you read them in a certain order, it's a cycle that starts and ends in winter. Like the seasons. Damn, so this was just a year, this was like literally just 1 year, like, and people were happy for a singular year. They were like, what's gonna happen when the winter, you know, when the winter comes? And that was enough, like, that was enough for people to rebel. Not good, bestie. But yeah, let's go back to the artifacts. But the cycle repeats. See, my struggle would be, my struggle would be understanding how the cycle repeats, like, in the context of, like, well, was the cycle repeating back then, or do we mean the cycle's still repeating to this day? Because they fucking killed people. Like, they killed the angels, they got rid of them, or they turned them into Seelies, I guess I should say, right? Yeah, the eternal ice had begun to thaw, so they talk about that in Sun and Moon, right? So after the Ice Age, when they, you know, built all of that stuff, 100 years, well, see, that's a confusing thing. 100 years of bounty were written into the stars, but all we get is 1 year of Jubilee, right? And so, like, after a year, was everybody mad? Like, you know what I mean? Where's your Seelie context from again? Aranara and the artifact set. But yeah, 100, they were good for 100 years, but then they only got 1 year of Jubilee. Like, were they, you know, after a year, were they already questioning? Yeah, envoys of the gods. Love, prosperity, wisdom. Yeah, the offering up the crown, that I found was very interesting. Yeah, at the end of the cycle, the earth shall be renewed. Thus, eternity is cyclical. Yeah, and like the story, like you see the story starting again at the end there. The only confusing part, like I'm a little, I guess confused isn't the right word, but I'm like, well, like cyclical in what way? That this was like this wasn't happening every year, right? Like, well, see, it says those with tasks for offering sacrifices in ancient times. But didn't they say that they didn't have to make sacrifices, that the primordial one would just be, they were just gonna be giving people everything. If they asked for food, food would rain down from the sky, you know? But that, obviously, that's how it explains in the story. What would sort of be interesting, even though I don't know how this would work exactly, is if there, like back in the year of Jubilee, there was a sort of samsara or something where people were satisfied at first, and then by the time the winter is coming, they would always question, and then somehow there would be a reset. You know what I mean? And the cycle would just like start all over again, but something happened, and what broke the cycle was, you know, the angel, right, that apparently betrayed Celestia or whatever, and like the second who came or something. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it is interesting how like at the bottom, the story starts again like in the winter time, and like it's almost sort of like seasonal, right? But I don't know, like the seasonal thing, I don't exactly know what to make of that in terms of the context of what we have now in terms of the game, just because like we don't have seasonal gods. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have season gods, right? Like, it's not Ruby. It's not like Ruby where there's people of the seasons, right? We have a creation shade, and you can sort of put, like, certain seasons in creation and destruction, right? Like, you can kind of stick spring and summer with the life shade, and then fall and winter with the death shade. But, like in terms of the Seelie thing, I don't know what the cycle would necessarily mean. But yeah, like, unless at the end of each year or whatever, they, like, reset that shit and then they just started over again and the people didn't know. Like, if they were stuck in kind of almost a time loop. I wouldn't be sure what to say about that, you know? Like, basically, like, what I'm sort of thinking is that humanity was living, like, since the year of Jubilee, they were only living that year. And obviously they were getting older and stuff. It wasn't like they weren't aging, but just like the gods would hit a reset button, you know, and they wouldn't remember like almost the harshness of the winter. Like maybe at the end of the year, the Celestia would do something in order to get the power that they needed to facilitate another year, and then people wouldn't remember. But they said they had enough for 100 years, right? But we only got 1 year of Jubilee. So yeah, like, clearly they're worried about the time after. They're worried about the time after 100 years. And so I'm like, you know, it's kind of weird that they get, like, there's not 100 years of Jubilee. There was precisely a singular year of Jubilee, you know what I mean? But yeah, the offering sacrifices, too, is sort of strange. Because like we said, like, they weren't supposed to be offering sacrifices, right? They were just, like, if people were hungry, food would rain down from the sky. I feel like that this wasn't sustainable, somehow. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that this wasn't sustainable, you know? Because, yeah, this is the year after the arc's opening, right? So it kind of sounds like this is the first year of Teyvat with the primordial one. And, like, it's not 100, we have 1 year of Jubilee. Oh, dear. But yeah, like, the one taboo was to succumb to temptation. I'm assuming, again, that has stuff to do with the Seelies, right? But yeah, I don't know what to make of those tiaras exactly. I would have to, I think we need a bit more Seelie context, I guess. And more of, like, a definitive timeline of things happening. But yeah, if melancholy were to spread, the heavens would reply with their voices. Like, you know, it doesn't say anything about people having to sacrifice anything in here. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't say, oh, and we had to make sacrifices or something. Like, those tiaras said that they were used for sacrifices. But it's definitely interesting to think that there may have been, like, 4 main Seelie or something. But yeah, I think at the very least, what that thing taught me is that a priest went down underground and found out probably about the dragon sovereigns. Like, that's kind of what it sounds like. Like, it sounds like that man found out, oh, wait a minute, there was a civilization here before us. The primordial one is kind of like, again, obviously he made all of them, but I could see someone going down there and being like, you know, that guy's a fraud, right? There were people here before, like, everything we know about our history is a lie, right? Because I'm sure that they wouldn't lead with that. I'm sure that they wouldn't be like, and the primordial one killed the dragon sovereigns. Like, I don't think that they'd be saying all that, you know? That's not a good look, right? But I think that's where we will leave it for today. Even though I've only been streaming by 3 hours and that feels pretty short, I guess that just means that I can, you know, save my energy. It could be talking about domains, but they said underground, and they also said the ruins, like, they said the ruins that were buried by the flood, right? So, I do assume that it would be physical ruins as opposed to just, like, portals or something, you know? But, I mean, we did hear that, like, the Spiral Abyss is a portal, and so that's kind of implying now that, like, the Abyss, like, because I kind of thought, oh, the Abyss is, like, actually underground. It doesn't seem like the Abyss is underground anymore. Like, it seems like that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream with the Conria stuff, right? It says, like, Conria accessed another realm. Like, it kind of sounds like either the Abyss is outside of Teyvat, like, literally beyond the wall.
I do worry about the well-being of my retinue
or,
during
like,
my impromptu
it's not
absence.
even, like, on the same plane of existence as Teyvat, you know? Because that's what they say. They say, like, oh, Conria had these portals to another realm. They don't say, like, another place. They don't say another kingdom. They say, like, another realm, right? So, yeah, the Spiral Abyss being a portal, like, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But I'm imagining, when they're saying ruins, I'm imagining, like, kind of like the Temple of Time ruins, just older than that, and this guy found the ruins. Unless that guy, he did go down there and, like, open up a portal to the Abyss or something, like, before even, like, all the Deshret and, like, all of that stuff, and the evil dragon or whatever, like, that we hear about in the World Quest with, Apep. Right? They're like, oh, the dragon did it, or something, you know? Wasn't that what Apep was saying? What's his name again? Nebbling? They were like, Nebbling brought that shit here, or something. Yeah, maybe like nebbling in the first, like the Sealies were conspiring. I don't know. Yeah, I should double check what I thought about that. About the dragon. Evil darkness dragon. I don't think I'll find it now, though. Did I not watch this and take notes? Like, I swear that... Or did I do that on stream? Am I crazy? Like, am I, like, delusional? I can't remember if I... Did I do that on stream? Because I feel like it was voiced. Didn't I sit here and hear her talk to me? I think that I did that myself, actually. Wasn't that part of wasn't that part of the Nahida Archon Quest? Oh, so I don't have notes about that because I didn't watch Arnold do it. I have to go look at my own notes. I have to go look at my own stream and figure it out. I don't remember what I said anymore. But there was Sealy talk in that thing too, so like I have to recollect my Sealy related memories, but I think that that's where we'll leave it for today, guys. So thank you guys for hanging out. It was fun. I will be back on Sunday with Twisted Wonderland, but I think that's where we'll keep it there for now. Clearly I need to I write my other stuff down. Like I wrote the Aranara stuff down. I totally forgot about that, a pep quest. I totally forgot. We may want to write some of that stuff down before the next stream, but yeah, I guess next time we'll do Act 2, and I don't know how long Act 2 is, but I'm assuming if it's as long as this one, it'll have to be another, like, 2-stream situation, but I hope you guys had fun. It was good. Even though I have complaints about the detective system, I feel like really, like, this isn't the thing, you know? Like, this kind of doesn't matter. Like, it's not about that. It's not about all that. Like, it was mostly, like, this was to introduce the concept of people dissolving into water, and that there's some mastermind who's trying to kill everybody in Fontaine or something. Like, I feel like that's kind of what we're doing. So, like, you know, the Linny being innocent thing, like, obviously we had to prove his innocence, but, like, this was not, like, this was barely an appetizer. Like, we just got into the restaurant. You know what I mean? And, like, we're having a fun time, but, like, we haven't really gotten our meal yet, so I feel like that things are gonna ramp up now. It was fun, though, to see Nouvelette act in his position and to see what him and Farina actually do, though, I will say. Because, again, usually we don't see Archons doing their jobs. But I guess that's where I'll leave it there. So I will see you guys on Sunday. I hope that you guys had fun. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I'm gonna go have lunch. But yeah, bye, guys. I'll see you guys later.